well this game because they gave away Radiant and last pick.
No, because the first pick has always it's just A every game.
We saw some AA games look alright. This has been one of those games where I feel like it hasn't looked very good. Wraith King is not one of those carries that really cares so much about the Ice Blast. Yeah. Razor's start has been so good that he no longer cares, right? It's previously we've been talking about it. Razor, if he hasn't been having such a good game, then the magical damage and the magical amp can look really good because you lose a huge chunk of your health before you get your BKB off. And then you can't actually fight. But now he's got...
You know, you like to use the concept of net worth multiplier, and Ice Blast is sort of that in that you need the damage sources around it to make it relevant. Like, you need TA to be able to just blow somebody up. And you need Leshrac to sustain damage. He needs to be able to stay into a fight. The other heroes are just too poor for being Ice Blasted to bother CDEC cores over much.
Well, Tide's got a Vlad's. He's going for 4-staff next. Flyby. He will need the blink to get the Ravage off this game, I'm pretty sure.
It's still so scary for him though. Like without a hood or something like that, his raw HP isn't that much. Yeah. So if he gets caught by any disables or...
He may just die to the BKB cores hitting him before.
I don't think they're... I mean, yeah, Razor's going to get really good drains off, but I don't think...
They're going a secondary halberd as well.
Oh, are you kidding?
Just look at the CDEC timing. Also,
you're going to stack
wait, you can soulbind halberd, can't you?
Yeah.
Oh, lordy.
That's one that's definitely, you could argue, very little underused, especially, but this game with and a TN.
But also think about halberd plus phantoms and braids.
That's true. Prevent attacking.
You can't get rid of it.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't think about that. You're gonna get the rend off
unless they invis.
Unless someone else hit it for you.
Or that, yeah. But if you go invis, it goes away. It's like the best counter.
Yeah, that's true. But neither of the RNG supports is going to have a Glimmer Cape anytime soon. All right, they put down a sentry. They spoke right on top of it. They're looking for something. Is this the best time to be going? That's a little low in mana.
They've got a blow on Sven. This is their best way to get a kill. It's just,
but you're going on the Doom again.
Oh, the
well,
it's force. Miss Force James is ready, and he's got influence by the way, so it's super easy for him to force.
James read that perfectly. He was just hanging out.
They just doomed the TA.
And there's TA.
1, 2, 3 is just walking at him. What can they do to save him?
Don't tell Kyle it was right about BKB.
That's actually not bad.
Oh, is he going to get their refraction back up? They get the Ravage in the back lines. Looks like Setsu's actually going to end up surviving. Wraith King pretty tanky though. This Radiant's going to work. Monet pops the ultimate. Who's down here? It's Afu. Trying to escape. TP. All right, no.
Somebody had to die. All right, somebody got doomed. Everyone else lived. T8 lives.
Lena died.
Lan lived. Wait.
Lena got ravaged.
Yeah, so they won the fight? I mean, they lost Ravage.
Well, yeah.
But by the metrics, yes.
Yeah, that's the comeback mechanics right there.
That's excellent for Royal.
That was pretty good. Now they've got TA BKB, so long as TA is proactive with the BKB against the halberds, she should be okay.
You know, if Doom had gone the Scorched Earth movement speed down, he definitely would have killed TA. Because that was the whole issue.
He went damage?
He went damage.
Oh,
he tried to land his stun, but he couldn't quite catch up, and then he finally got close enough with the drum charge, and it was just a little bit too short.
I'm not about that. I think the move speed is so much better, because it's 14% move speed, and you gain an extra 16%, or you get like 2 levels worth of... I mean, it is at max duration as well, so it is quite a lot of damage, but...
16 is like... It's like 45 movement speed or something. It's like almost 50 movement speed.
Yeah, and then you've also got... You're just inescapable.
But 20 damage is also a lot, because if you chase somebody for 10 seconds, you're doing 200 extra damage. That's an insane amount.
What's the max?
70 times 16.
Tower is no more.
Oh,
it's like 300 damage extra for the duration.
CDEC. Wait. Are they... Okay, they don't have a TP on the Lena. Aren't they sitting up to their high ground?
With Deso.
This is a... Oh, wow. They are not coming back, and there's half HP on that tower pretty much instantly. Well, we'll see if this... I'm actually curious to see if this Wraith King halberd ends up working out the way they're hoping for it to. Because he could be a good chunk of the way towards an AC instead.
You can also see it as in the sense that what if the fights really spread out and all these like burst damage physical heroes like Sen and T are hitting random supports in the backline?
Yeah.
But does that have the halberds like the Wraith King and the Doom? Or who was the second guy? The Razor. What if those guys aren't near where these cores are?
What's the cast range on halberd? Like 400?
600.
600.
Yeah, it looks about 600. Yeah.
It does.
A little less. Yeah.
It says it in
Range 600.
active.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know, man. It might
Doesn't
be
quite-
my estimation.
Wait. Radiant scan. They realize that RNG are near the pit. They are putting around some of these traps.
Perfect time to place that observer board. They saw the stroke, so.
What are they looking for?
Yes.
He wanted this tower. Will not get it.
I am dead. Yeah, that is, it's something that RNG are going to be able to do here. They are not where they want to be in this game, obviously, but they do take Roche pretty fast with the stats on TA and potentially Sun ulti.
They've almost got their two. They've almost got 2 BKBs, but
Yep.
CDEC deal with BKBs way better than RNG do. I'm pretty
Do
sure.
not deal with BKB at all. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least that's one of the things. At least Soulbind.
Grimsville to get 2 observer ward D-wards. He got 1 just across the river now, and if he goes back up to his side of the cliff, he'll get the second one. So, but he hasn't checked it, so it's actually going to pay for itself here twice now. First with the kill, and now it's going to let Royal know that they're Roshing. But the observer ward vision is actually so good. They're going to see all approach patterns. They see TA sitting. Ice Blast is coming through.
Yep. Doom's ready to jump. Good positioning as well from the Grimstroke. Just wants to make sure he gets his ult up. Got double force staff to save. They pop the drum charge. Chasing out. Yeah, they just see everybody. They should be able to get the jump. Monet wants the Grimstroke first, but the force staff goes back the other way. Sven needs to be careful. He's wasting saturation. They do pop the ravage, but it only catches James up on the high ground. Nice turn from Lanham to follow it up. Wraith King still in the middle of this fight. Soulbind and a force staff away. They continue to kite. T is already done and bop back into the game. CDEC using their vision advantage absolutely perfectly. They keep the supports out of harm's way. Cannot be said for RNG as they buy back. They're putting their gold on the line for this fight. TA gets halberded, will be forced to blink away. And RNG, what else can they find? How many buybacks did they just force? 4 buybacks?
4 buybacks.
4 buybacks for 1.
And that Soulbind was is just, you get soul from high ground to
Yeah.
You're so limited in terms of how you can maneuver.
Tower is under attack.
And all right, they still have Wraith King ulti. They did lose. Okay, they instantly lost all of that vision.
Yeah.
RNG did a great job coming in here and retaking control, but they also lost their own ward on the high ground. So both teams are completely blind around the pit.
Just ward to the east a little bit of the spot in the Sven right now. That one can be kind of nice too.
Okay,
Out of place
that just got
but-
put down, right?
Oh, and then a new one, yeah, right. That one as well. Yeah.
Oh, even further. Monet jumping in. They're looking for the Razor. Can they actually pop him? Fly on top of James. BKB's getting popped in both directions. There's still no Doom, but there is another Soulbind. Monet just getting burned down. 280 damage stolen. Why did they try and go on the Razor? XM's going to punish them for it. And RNG are
Okay.
out.
It makes more sense now because I was like, man, they're going in with they got their BKB and Sven, but they don't have Sven ulti. They don't have Ravage.
They just think
It's kind of one less gas.
Yeah.
I kind of agree, honestly.
I think they could have tried a little. I think they thought they were more behind than they thought they were. But they were definitely in a really shit spot. CDC was about to get Aegis and
I
be
don't know
able
what
to use
you
it to
do
go
in
high
that
ground.
game against Aegis Rage.
answer to the Wraith King, or like what they thought was their deterrent against the Wraith King, is the Tide. And CDEC showed that they can beat the Tide.
I want to see if
So.
CDEC. Okay, RNG banned the AA. I was gonna say I want to see if CDEC will open that. I think you just open Grimstroke.
Also interesting, we end up with the same setup. Royal with first pick on Dire, and CDEC... Oh, no, wait. It's...
Where's Morphling? We haven't seen Morphling in, like, days.
Wait, didn't Royal ban AA last? Yeah, okay. It's
Yeah,
weird.
so-
It's weird.
okay,
No, it's just
I'm
bugged.
confused.
Because it's glowing on... Such a great pick.
Yeah, that got banned first phase in the last game.
You can feel, like, two things about CDEC. One, they're the fastest team in the qualifier. Two,
by far.
I really like that they're prioritizing the 4 positions. Like, not just that, I guess, activity. Like, they always have drafts that can be super active, and they just kind of check all the boxes. And
there's just a bit there's a bit of the hot hand phenomenon going on here. They're not protecting James's matchups at all, and they have not been punished for it at all. This is a hero that you were calling for in the last draft.
Well, yeah, the Centaur comes in. CDC still have room to like take the. They can take the Shadow Demon, but Rubik and Shadow Demon both like playing. Okay, they take the Shadow Demon themselves.
Interesting that we have not seen Mars at all.
That's
in
true.
This reason.
of course not. We're in space. We've left our galaxy long ago.
What was I thinking? Man,
Rob knows.
Hey, Rob.
Rob does know. Hey, what's up?
What's up? Cool. I like how, by the way, viewers at home, if you don't understand how production works, there's a camera literally dedicated to that shot. Can we have that one again?
Yeah.
Can we have Rob?
There is a camera on Rob.
Yeah,
at
that
all
camera
times.
is probably worth
We just-
hundreds and
as
hundreds
it
of
should be.
dollars.
We just leave it on
It's
this.
just there.
Honestly, because I feel like the viewers are probably sick of our faces, and they want
and
to.
it's literally impossible to
Rob,
become sick
what do
of
you think
Rob's
about that
face.
last pick, Rob?
Yo.
Rob, which donut do you think was the best? Yeah, that's what I
I
thought
agree.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Rob knows all. Tells little.
Probably was a space donut.
I love the Undying. I think that's a super hard counter to Centaur. And,
Hard count?
Yeah, it crushes him in the lane. You also tombstone high ground. Like, Centaur doesn't kill tomb, and you can stampede out, sure, but stampeding into a tombstone is just not a thing, and it's just too short of a buff, whereas the tomb will persist and deny your ability to play. It's really good against the Shadow Demon as well. For
When you
the
say
same reasons.
stomps him in the lane, you mean like when he's cutting creep waves or pulling creeps that decaying him is really going to make a difference there? Because I feel like maybe it doesn't matter that much.
It's just Purge. Why you gotta do me like?
I think he gets zoned out right
I
at
just
the
want to
beginning,
understand it because like creep cutting stuff is something that I feel is it's difficult for me to understand how to get margins against it.
It changes the laning matchups
Other than
a
killing the
lot.
heroes, and I feel like Undying, yeah, you can bully him a little bit. It's better than Axe, I guess, because you're not as physically threatened yourself as an Undying to kill Centaur, but you're a fast hero. I agreed with all your tombstone points, definitely.
Yeah, it's good. It sort of. I always think that Centaur SD, you know, you've shown now that you're very comfortable to take fights and being the aggressor, and I think that having a tomb just sort of shuts that down. If it were meta, a hero like Phoenix would be equally effective in this sort of game.
I was
it's
just
that
thinking
it's not a hero right now.
A lot of the tomb killers, the egg killers, are just kind of out of the meta right now.
Yeah. The one left in the pool, however, is Lena, but you already have a Rubik. That's the thing. CDC, this is just such a solid support duo. You've got an active Slay hero, you've got a strong laner that provides team fight, and now you just take your course.
I will say I am not favoring the CDC open over RNG nearly as much as you are. I like when you tell me it's gonna be James on
yeah, of
Rubik,
course.
I'm real happy.
Am I crazy? Or is that you shaking your leg?
That's me jiggling the table.
Okay.
You scared the crap out of me, dude.
Well, the same thing happened to me
I'm
when-
not from here.
When the last one happened, I was like, oh, my dog is definitely laying against my chair and, like, nibbling on her leg or something. It was the same thing. It was just like a light table shake.
I must have hit the resonant frequency
Yeah,
of the table.
where I
and
was like,
just-
wait.
Which team?
Why'd they pick Witch Doctor, dude?
Which team Basecamp were you telling me was running like Witch Doctor Naga?
Oh, that was Genespris in the
Oh,
SCA
that was the
qualifiers.
SCA. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was partially just because 23 Savage only plays 2 heroes.
What, Morphling and with Naga. He played some Gyrocopter.
Morphling and the heroes that he morphs into.
I mean, he played Gyro with Wisp. Pretty
Yeah,
much
that's
everyone can play Gyro with Wisp.
Yeah.
I'll give you. Yeah, never mind. You get me. You understand.
I
me
understand.
on a
But
spiritual level.
Last time we saw Witch Doctor, it frankly underperformed though. I was disappointed with it
Yeah.
yesterday. It wasn't very effective. Does it beat? You could argue it beats Undyne a little bit. Undyne's got low armor. Maledict and some good right clicks. It's kind of good.
I strongly disagree. I think it's the opposite. I feel like any hero with heal is good versus
Yeah.
Maledict.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
But it'd have to be like Soul Rip.
Do you want a Darkseer here?
My problem
Also,
is the 2/5s.
I'm pretty sure
for
the
RNG.
coconut. It did in the past. It could have been changed, but I'm pretty sure
Hit
coconut used to
zombies.
bounce to zombies. Yeah, and they would just get stunned for a second.
I think that like Maledict and Death Ward, Undyne's not healing that generally is all.
I have not been impressed by Witch Doctor recently, though.
No.
So,
Yeah.
and I really think that this Witch Doctor is kind of a desperation bid for the lanes. The lanes are becoming more and more
I was
the focus.
Gonna talk about this as being one of the tomb/egg killers that was out of the meta. But
I mean, it looks like a great Ursa game. Ursa's not. Well, I guess Shadow Demon's okay against Ursa because you can
Yeah.
perma dispel basically his overcharge Ursa
he eats
enrages.
Witch Doctor, though.
Overpowered.
Yes,
Like,
Witch
I
Doctor doesn't
mean,
feel good.
Certainly eats Centaur. And I don't know though. You as Stampede comes online, sure, Witch Doctor's not the best, but you've got Purge. You got tools to deal with her. You got tools to kite her.
So what?
What, Kyle? What?
Nothing.
All right.
Nothing.
What, Kyle?
I did a really
Kyle, what?
juvenile thing. I pretended to fall asleep while Nahaz was talking.
Oh.
And I made myself laugh because I'm an idiot.
Okay.
That's what happened.
I was focusing on
You
the
made me
draft,
laugh,
not
alright.
you.
You made
So
me
I didn't
laugh.
see.
Okay.
Leshrac.
Okay.
The only French hero in Dota.
He's gonna other than Pengler. Is he French?
Le Chat.
You already made this joke.
Oh.
I'm
I
pretty
know.
sure, right?
You
Yeah.
forgot.
And I also
It's
was
been
like
long nights.
confused.
Yeah, you didn't like it last time
beginning,
either.
man.
Yeah.
I love the pick. Medusa.
Try me a third
We're
time
gonna
in like
get to
game
see
4 or
more than 3
something.
games?
This is a hard
Yes, you
counter
can
to Witch Doctor in the sense that like
Yep.
you don't care about Maledict. You don't care about the ultimate if you just have yours running.
Tickle.
Crushes Centaur and the Mystic Snake with the talent. Like in theory, Lesh is good against Dusa, but then you're at
But
half
then
mana,
you're out of mana.
Also,
and then
yeah.
you get snaked again and you're done.
they picked Lesh with no flex, right? They already
good
had
point.
2
Yeah,
supports.
It's a really good
they,
point.
They picked it. It has to be one
Has
or
to be
2.
mid. Well, that's
They
true, yeah.
they can run it safe lane if they feel like they have another answer up their sleeve.
What
to
about Shadow Demon?
Wait,
Nick?
is this a brood
SD
game?
mid.
Is
Oh,
this,
could this
is
be-
Safe
yes.
Lane Lush? Is
yeah,
this a
you
brood game?
definitely.
Actually, they want to pull it out at least once, right? That's like
you need no. They're gonna ban it. They're 100% gonna ban it.
yeah.
You think
CDC
CDC ban it?
CDC
ban
are gonna
brood
ban
here.
it.
Okay.
If
okay.
they've done their research, this is a Setsu.
This
He's
gotta
a
be a
brood
brood
player.
game. If
This is a insane brood game.
yeah,
You definitely ban.
Can I also just say that this is old newbie back when they still had KP and whatnot. They used to run this Ursa Naga strat where like they would have the Naga as being the late game carry, and then the Ursa having the Roshan potential, being able to secure an early Aegis and just be able to fight. The Ursa was as good as like 2 heroes in the early game, and then that made all the room for that late game hero.
Oh yeah.
They
I
didn't ban it.
think this is a similar thing. They can even get the Aegis for the Dusa if they really want to. Like, there's going to be early Aegises this game.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, and they
Tide,
take away their Tide.
Tide deals with it, but
I still think if you're RNG,
Setsu.
it's
Show
one of
it to me,
Setsu's
buddy.
best heroes.
I mean, I get. Do they just ask Tide to lane against it though?
Yeah.
You'd have
Yeah,
to
you
ban
do.
it.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
okay, but the thing is, Brood, like kind of out farms you is the
Yeah.
thing, and you can take towers easily. And CDC, like they don't have anything that hunts or kills Brood. That's the problem.
Yep.
And
This is a very, very static. I mean, Ursa really good at jumping on people, but he doesn't want to chase. He just wants to jump on
Yeah.
you and smack you.
you'd have the Brood could go his typical like Midas, Diffusal, BKB, Butterfly build.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, how do you actually kill him? As
RNG
CDC?
aren't
Kinda
crazy
think
enough to
it's the
sniper, are they?
That's a great pick. It's
Just put the left safe lane and then they sniper?
it just makes me. I'm concerned their damage output would be low. That's all.
I
Sniper
feel
would
like
need to get really far
snipers-
ahead.
Slark.
Okay. That's
All right. Diffusal against Medusa, kite potential. Ursa has I actually leaned against an Ursa against Slark recently, and I leaned against Bleak, and I killed him a couple times, which I was surprised about. So I feel like Ursa's got to be favored there in a
For
pretty
sure,
big
but
way, right?
in the game,
Oh,
Slark has excellent matchups. Like,
Yeah.
I'm concerned because I feel like CDC is like playing too fast nowadays. But the thing is, if Slark has time, like you eat Medusa, you eat Tide. There's no disables that aren't pactable. So, a well-played Slark, especially with a
It's a
disrupt
low
behind
lockdown
him.
game for sure.
It is. Tide and
held back.
Medusa feed you
Got
Esper
you.
stacks, but Ursa can still kill you.
Yes.
But
But he
if it
can
weren't
just-
for the Witch Doctor, everything but the
Yeah.
Witch Doctor,
What do you want this Witch Doctor to be?
anything else.
Yeah, Winter Wyvern would be pretty sexy.
It would. Not as sexy as
Oh,
you.
Oh, baby.
All right, that was weird.
That was super weird.
Nobody
Oh,
clicked
baby. That's what I'm saying too. Oh, baby.
Save us.
Unfortunately, we can't go there just yet.
What are
But
the
where we
numbers?
can
Scoot
go-
out of the shot.
Give
Kyle.
us
All
them
right, all right,
numbers.
I know.
Hit me
CDC
with some
more
numbers.
favored.
I got to lean RNG, guys. Even the thing is, CDC's playing better, so I could see them just rolling this one again. Their lanes are better. They have a Dusa. But if the Slark has time, I do think that if you're going to give a guy a shot to win the game, 22 pick, make him Monet.
Yeah.
Is his lane that good though? Like, is it really that stable a Slark game?
If he's against Tide, it's fine.
Yeah.
But if it's against Ursa, it could be bad.
yeah, I don't know that Slark's going to be free in lane, and that makes me really nervous. All right.
I do like it. I like RNG's draft more than the draft matchup that they had in the previous game, but I guess we'll have to see.
See
All
where
right,
the lanes
Kyle.
go.
Any final thoughts, big guy? As you're reading Twitch chat.
Kyle, you can stay if you really want to, honestly.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll do
just- why don't you
stats.
stay? Just hang out. It's the grand finals. Pull
Yeah,
out the
come
big
on.
guns.
I'm not supposed to. I was
Who's-
kicked off. They told me that there was only room for one massive ego on the couch at a time.
And it's Purge.
Luckily, well, it's pretty much you only have room for 8 years of education on the couch. Luckily, I have none, and because obviously Nahaz has.
Unfortunately,
How's it feel to be the
it
only
took me
person without a
5
bachelor's
years to finish
degree?
my PhD. Sorry, dude.
Kyle, are you embarrassed by your lack of bachelor degrees here?
Not really.
Why?
Yeah,
Would
you don't have to be. You really
Yeah,
don't.
I feel like I was ahead of the game. Nowadays it's like common knowledge that
We're suckers.
College
What are
kinda
we doing with
scam.
our
I got to
degrees?
go to college and
How'd
hang
that
out in
work out?
dorms. Like there was a lot of good social experiences, but the education aspect, it was fine.
I
But
I
not,
was
not
very
needed.
fortunate
Yes,
with
sir.
undergrad. I was very fortunate. It was
Was
the
this-
education was amazing and the social aspect was amazing. Duke was a great place.
Well, you went to a very good school.
Yeah, I
think there's a
probably
reason.
shouldn't have gotten in there. I'll be honest. But hey,
Damn, 2 Duke graduates in the Dota scene.
yeah, baby, Ben Merlini woo, shout out to him.
What a guy.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun to work with.
He's not dead, guys.
Well, okay, but he doesn't get a lands anymore.
Okay, you think he's not going to cast TI Grand Finals again?
Yeah, that's
Surprise,
right.
guys! He's
It's
back.
me.
Oh, by the way,
Merlini.
He's pulling back again.
all right, so what do our lanes look like here? Because laning matchups are going to be a huge story in this game.
They're trying to bop the Slark. I think the Slark is the only hero that they're afraid of this game, so they're just gonna make sure to run at him. We'll see. We might get some swaps. I think a lot of it depends on whether or not Lanham can. So they're gonna tri lane. Lanham's job is to try and break up the tri lane by being scary enough on the other lanes that they give it up. Actually,
With Cask.
they're already leaving.
And you're putting like your veteran impact 4-position player on a Witch Doctor.
He does 60 base damage, though.
Can be a scary roaming hero,
Which is
but-
kind of insane, actually.
Come
Yeah,
on,
I
Lanham.
don't- I am not-
deny every creep here. Okay, missed.
I am not afraid of this hero roaming nearly as much
Alright.
anymore since Maledic got nerfed.
But Maladin got buffed again.
All right, fair enough.
It's only a 30-second cooldown. But they're actually laning this. They're not cutting creep waves, surprisingly. Oh, maybe they will now, though, because that was just the first wave.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yes, we will.
They do maybe have some kill potential down here, so if they get stacks, sometimes already up to 5.
Oh, he burned Retaliate already.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
okay.
wants the last hits, I guess, for the first wave. Also, because he's been getting decayed, so maybe he's worried about getting denied. He shouldn't against Ursa, though. Ursa doesn't have good base damage, but...
Slark needs magic sticks so bad against Titan lane.
They're giving him some free CS under tower here.
Yeah, is there
Very nice.
any side pull action? Oh, we got the range creep. He was a little bit late, but he still gets the range creep tonight. So another lane's going to push back the other way. James Doto. Doing good. Mid lane. This mid lane's pretty boring, huh? Without any support rotations. Just to spam Snake. Lesh going the lightning build. Doesn't anticipate that he can... He doesn't anticipate that he can take this tower anytime really, so may as well just get a few points in Lightning Storm. Maybe you get a kill with a Shadow Demon and Witch Doctor rotation. RNG, they have shown that they're pretty good at making these pincer rotations from 2 different lanes. Oh, battling, but 1, 2, 3, getting stacked up. Monet also pretty low. Chewed through a lot of regen. Did they actually? Oh yeah, they got a salve left. That's good.
All 3 lanes just sort of trading at this point.
Yeah.
They were very quick to back off the tri-lane top, and so standard 2-1-2 both sides. Everybody's farming.
I guess a lot of it comes down to RNG. They seem to think that Slark is a good hero. They've picked it last year. If anything's going to win in this game, it has to be the Slark pick. So,
What about the Witch Doctor, guys? You never know.
Game-winning hero.
Yeah, I really want to be proven wrong. I just don't see Lanham having the kind of games that we've seen him have on an Earthshaker.
He's got a fat 0 denies, by the way.
So much for 60 base damage.
63 now, watch out.
Ho ho.
Maybe he's got 4 branches.
I'm ready for like Witch Doctor mid or something crazy. That's what
I
wanna
am
see.
not ready for that at all.
Shadow Blade Rush. Just Dagon, something like that. What do you think, Kyle? Witch Doctor mid? You looking up Witch Doctor mid stats?
No, I was reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Well, you're ready for fatherhood, Kyle.
What? What does that have to do with
The dad humor is strong.
Oh, I get you now. Okay. That didn't make sense.
All right, lots of regen being ferried.
Yep.
Afu just grabbed more tangos and a salve. Laning stage. At least Centaur's getting the start that you want to see for a Centaur. He's getting good CS. Hopefully has a fairly timely Vanguard, at least for RNG's sake. I think they're going to need him to be able to make some space and also have a fairly well-timed Blink Dagger.
So I think it has to be RNG that's pretty happy with the way these lanes are going.
Undyne's dying.
Oh.
That wasn't a dad joke.
Yep, he's dead. That's first blood for Lanham. All right, 2 points up in the Maledict.
Witch Doctor! He cast.
He's doing it.
And then he maledicted, and then Centaur ran him down, got
Stomp.
the long-range stomp. It was good.
Retaliate. Yeah, nice stuff.
Exactly. And then Undyne was like, oh, shit.
I'm dead.
I'm not going to do anything now. Okay.
Okay, well, they kill him right before the bounty rune spawn, so he's back with full HP and delivering some items.
Ooh, and the boots on Witch Doctor is actually make a big difference, because
Oh, yeah.
more right-clicks now with every maledict.
All right, nice.
So when do you guys think is go time here? When do you think the first big round of objective conflicts are going to be?
Right
Like,
now.
do you find the bounty runes right here?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Casca's actually amazing for this. Unless you're scared.
Yeah.
Cowards.
just a 1-for-1 there. A 2-for-2 across the map.
1 for 1 times 2.
Yeah.
Oh, what a stomp. Gets the Centaur and slaps the... Oh, Ursa might be in trouble here.
Yep.
Does give him the maledict.
Since he's
They
dropped.
heal hard
alright.
counter.
It's tomb down. Nice bit of gold.
Body blocks. Stomp. It's damage, but... And take a couple of tower shots.
Does he pick
He
up?
does.
He doesn't pick it up while they're
No,
active,
no.
it looks like.
No.
Damn. Poor guy. He got like plus 17 damage from using his 3 stacks.
Oh, Setsu. All right, they gave him a sentry. He's 1 step ahead of James here, so he will be able to deward that pretty easily.
I feel like I get my mid wards dewarded constantly when I play pubs. Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah. It's really tough. 1, 2, 3. All right, trying to juke around a little bit with this Quelling Blade. He's actually going to be okay.
Not bad.
I just feel like there aren't that many like optimal spots for him.
It's so much nicer to ferry the ward and the sentry to the mid and then have them do it.
Yes.
But only if they're not dumb and just plant it in full vision of the enemy team. They're like,
I've had that happen.
Your mid is, they've got a fairy fire that they really, really, really need back in their inventory. Yep. Setsu's top now, looking towards James. Who are they? Which kill are they actually going for here? Gets lifted back.
Okay.
All right, nice stun. Get that kill.
It's been a while since I saw Lesh not get his ulti at 6.
That's true, yeah.
Still worked. 3 points lightning, 3 points splitter. They're both really good skills. But
Used to never get it.
It's because he's trying to dodge the snake spam. You can't play up in the creep wave or the face of Medusa. You just get mysticked.
oh,
That's true.
Okay.
That's a good point. Oh, stop on the Ursa, but Tombstone gets dropped, and CDC actually going to look for the turnaround here. But can they actually get any damage? 2-man decay. That's about it. I do feel like this Undying has been less oppressive than some of the other CDEC games we've seen. And it is a hero that can fall off quite a bit towards the mid game. He is effectively playing the 5 in this game. Of course, the James Rubik's going to be soaking up a little bit more farm, but when we've been talking about having these premium position 5 heroes, and it feels like the Undying is probably not that in this game.
Yep. And RNG do have 3 ranged heroes plus the very mobile Slark, Stampede and the Centaur to deal with the Tombstone. They're going to be able to have a shot at killing him in fights.
Monet's going fast Midas. Does grab the phase boots this game.
yeah, he's also got 3 points in Essence Shift,
Oh yeah, interesting.
which is kind of weird. But I guess it's one way to get better lane control against the Tide. Just steal a couple stacks, and then when you come up and fight him again, you're much closer to just getting the kill.
Wow.
He's got ulti now too, so it's actually very good.
Yeah, he's just against so many beefy heroes on the other side. He wants to be able to build those stacks up for damage.
But it does slow down your acceleration right now is the thing, by not having dark back levels.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, bouncing back and forth.
Wow, so
Ursa
dead.
completely locked down next to one creep.
That was crazy.
He's dead. And now Setsu rotating in. It's only 1 point in the Diabolic Edict, but I don't know if CDEC can really spare anybody else to come and deal with this. Maybe the Rubik can TP down, but might just be a dead. You don't always see the... I don't even know if you always see the mid lane rotate for this tower when you've got a Centaur in the lane anyway, but RNG 100% just want to secure it, start cutting down the map control. If they can take the mid-tier one, that would be great.
Yeah.
But until that time, XM has a lot of space to just farm around. This game, he goes... to the power treads. We've been talking about it. The phase boots just seem much less appealing these days.
Is Tide dying somewhere?
XM, they've already got this Yules up on the Leshrac. He's nice. Farmed, and XM's only got 1 point in the Mana Shield. He does pop the stick, gets the Stone Gaze out. That is going to catch onto the Witch Doctor. Ravaged now. Back the opposite way. James has actually stole the Pulse Nova. He gets a double kill. He's looking for a little bit more. Flyby's way too tanky for them to consider going on. But they get a 3-for-1 turnaround as they go for that Dusa. All right, that was a little bit wild from RNG.
Yeah, I was going to praise them, but then they all died. It looked,
It looked like Medusa was going to live there. I think she ran out of mana at the very end.
It was fine, but they knew that Tide was there. They knew that Tide had just TP'd bottom, and he had a Ravage that he was itching to use. So
she just took a buttload of damage, though. I mean, that was Leshrac and a Maledict and a Death Ward. Everything thrown on Medusa, so getting her ulti off definitely helped, but good cleanup by the Tide. And Rubik James got 2 of those kills as well.
Yeah. So it's just an okay Rubik game, though. I don't actually think it's that phenomenal. Witch Doctor can always toggle Voodoo later to just give you that. Shadow Demon's got low cooldown, 1-point Shadow Poison that he's going to be spamming.
Split Earth would be good.
Yeah, Split Earth and Centaur Hoof Stomp are both pretty good. Slark spells are all garbage. You don't want any of them.
Surely Witch Doctor ones are pretty solid though.
But you can't
like
get
the
them.
other ones.
You can't get them though, because
I
a good Witch Doctor player is always just going to toggle Voodoo against you once he picks up a point.
Yeah, I've actually seen Rubik's get Death Ward in professional games.
Shouldn't happen.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, it really should not happen, but you know, sometimes you're just too busy. You click off your hero to micro the ward,
Right.
and then it.
And you forget to just
then
toggle.
and then you hear the bwah, and you're like, oh no, team, I gave him Death Ward.
And then he has Ags before you, and then it's like, oh shit, we
Yeah,
just lost.
uh-oh. They're pressuring these ancients. They ward it, and now they're just hanging around in the area.
Yeah,
RNG.
very
This
smart.
has to be a really careful move, though. You are playing right on top of an enemy shrine next to towers, but if they can just keep stealing this farm, it's going to slow down the Medusa even more. Yeah, Paralyzing Cask bouncing around. Actually
wow,
going to
they
catch the
Stampede
backlines as well.
offensively.
Stampede, they know that this Undying's dead. The Maledict's going to finish him off, and now RNG backing out, resetting. They immediately get the banish onto XM, and kite away.
And they have Shadow Demon against Dusa. We've seen that in a couple of games now. Just so hard if you disrupt her. She does so much damage to her teammates.
Guys, we didn't even think about it, but the Maledict plus Soul Catcher. Hello?
That's true.
That's nuts.
That
As
is
long as you time it right.
that's
yeah.
crazy.
They're going on Dusa here.
Yep, alright. Does get the Stone Gaze off, but immediately gets Demonic Purge. Can they actually find anything? Flyby's being lifted in. He's pretty tanky. Setsu's waiting up on the high ground. The Ravage comes out. It does clip him. And now the Undying's also here. RNG way too
blocks.
deep. Why didn't Setsu just leave? He wanted to see if they could take that fight, and James gets yet another double kill.
He was just
For his
barely in
Rubik.
range of that Ravage, but they make him pay for it.
You should know better though. There's no reason to get caught on the outer limits. You know about what the size is, so. As soon as Centaur was behind enemy lines, as soon as Slark ultied and used it to run away, the fight was over.
Well, and you also knew that Stampede was down. They had used it offensively. I think when they first were contesting those Medusa stacks, you know you have Stampede to disengage. And, you know, fine, maybe Rubik lifts somebody and they get one kill, but...
Slark. Alright, he does get the bounty, but he gets lifted back. 1, 2, 3, trying to stay on top of him with the phase boots, but just pounced down into the river. Are you guys at all worried that the Ursus had a really bad start, and now he's kind of going for a catch-up Midas? Because this hero was, I thought, and I said during the draft, I was like, oh yeah, Ursus is going to just be king of the early game and make space for the Medusa. That has not happened even remotely.
No, and this is not a hero that flash farms at all.
Lots of room for Slark. Monet going to be going for the defusal build. This is kind of echoes of what we've seen Ana doing on this hero.
Just really feels like the Witch Doctor in some ways was like the Ursa counter. It's what both Slark and Witch Doctor did at times. If they just do a ton of damage to Ursa, he has to leave the lane.
Oh, Afu getting caught. I think James is going to find the vision here. Yep, through the trees, get the lift back. Stampede gets popped.
Wow,
They're coming
Stampede
in as
through
well.
your
Witch
5.
Doctor, no, here comes
nice.
the turnaround. Death Ward catching both of them. Ursa's got
Look
the
at you
enrage, but they've
go.
got Chain Stun and the Yule Scepter if needed. Eve, there's no way out of this for him. It was not a defensive Stampede in the slightest.
And in some ways, these early fights are bonkers good because teams are fighting all the time now in jungles like this. Cask is amazing in these circumstances.
James gonna get Yulst. Setsu with the stun. Sets up the double. Tied TP straight into the stun. He's losing some life. Afu coming in. Throw out the disruption.
No more mana.
Flyby still wanting to fight. Landham's gonna come back in with another Maledict. Paralyzing Cask. XM losing pretty much everything. Is he dead to this Maledict? So this is
I think he's alive.
It's one more
That
take.
was pretty good damage. Wow, that was actually really close.
If he had Vessel
man.
instead of
I mean,
Or if he takes another shot from the two
yeah.
illusions.
I mean, he's got Vessel completed. Vessel's on the courier.
it's a 4-1-4 Witch Doctor, guys. Like, he's actually...
This spell, Voodoo Restoration sucks.
It
Yeah,
does.
That ability is, like, it's so bad.
But and it's not just a Witch Doctor, too. It's also a Witch Doctor that's facilitated by a Centaur, too. So when these fights do happen, it's actually really easy for him to run in and guarantee that he gets the cask off. Because that's kind of the issue with Witch Doctors sometimes, that you're either out of range or...
that amplify each other.
Yeah.
With Soul Catcher, Maledict, Spirit Vessel.
He's just playing to, like, combo with Maledict. If you look at the Aether Lens, it's kind of nice on Witch Doctor.
I'd say it's very good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually really good.
Because, like, the Witch Doctor's problem is usually by the time you cask and then get in Maledict range, you do your combo, they're within range of stunning you back kind of a thing.
Right.
But if he's got Aether Lens, you can start launching these, like, paralyzing casks when they don't expect it, and then you're just affecting team fights a lot better. And you can cast your ulti from farther away, which means you're not going to get hit by Stone Gaze, for example, that kind of thing. But I like it. Oh, and the other cool thing about Vessel against Deuce is her raw HP is actually really high usually, which means that the Spirit Vessel is going to do a higher percentage of damage continuously while it ticks.
Yeah, because
nice.
when she starts up the fight with Mana Shield, it keeps her current health higher.
Yep.
CDC.
Exactly.
Running forward. What do they get? It's Steel Disruption. Tombstone on the high ground. Afu is just going to fall. They're going to let him go. RNG not really interested in taking this fight, but all the while, Setsu's been farming. We got the Slark farming. They're the top 2 on the net worth. And Slark, BKB queued up next. That's going to be his timing to fight.
I really loved what they did the fight before last on that Stampede. Is a little bit of a head game, using it to kind of save Afu, but then re-engaging off the back end. That's the kind of thing that potentially makes you hesitate
This
as
tied.
it goes on.
All right, Ravage gets popped.
Oh, I
but
don't know about that.
is he actually going to survive? I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
Yep. Not with a hood or anything. He would have had to TP or something. Yeah, if you Ravage TPs, that's really costly.
Yeah.
God.
Just
one-sided game.
bringing a stat real fast. Currently in the grand final, CDEC as the aggressive team. They get to play with more pace. They're actually undefeated. This game, very slow, and it does not look great for them.
Wow.
Wow.
Does not look great for them.
N equals
Beautiful
1.
stat.
Nope.
All right.
There's it. In trouble. Popsy in rage. Wants the Leshrac, but
That was such a sick disruption.
and the
That is
Yules just
amazing.
waste all of his
Oh
time.
my God.
Afu is just sitting there waiting for it.
Shadow Demon. What a hero. He's great.
That's like our second song of the quals. I like this.
Bounty Rune soon. Looks like it's going to be a quad for RNG.
I don't know how you...
And night and day in these
It-
two games.
It just doesn't feel like there's any CDEC heroes that are going to be able to do anything. Ursa got shut down in the lane. Deuce is a do-nothing hero forever until she's just farming the whole time. The Undying also didn't win his lane. Rubik's... James is making some plays, but
Yeah.
total reversal on what we've seen from
It's such a big
CDEC.
problem with Dusa, right? I say all the time that the first 12k gold or so on her is some of the least efficient core gold in the game. As you see Undying go down, not a big impact kill there, but you need a hero paired with her like an Ursa that is going to do much more with that early gold, and the fact that he is so far behind the enemy cores.
Oh, James disrupts himself.
All right.
Can he get a fake out going here? Steals the Pulse Nova, tries to turn around, do a little bit of damage before he dies. Lanham's got the cast bouncing around though.
Oh,
Bounce backs to Eve,
no.
and again,
Oh, that
follow-up
is
stun, dominating for Lanham. Ursa, that was not a fight you wanted to be involved
when it
in.
rains.
Just everything looks so good about Wish Doctor this game, but I know that
Yeah.
like the last time he played, it was just awful. But Cask against Ursa, when he was limited creeps like that, it's like, how does he even fight? He just keeps getting stunned.
Well, I mean, how many times has Lanham done this in his career? He makes
Make
he
something
makes
look
these
good.
heroes look
Yeah.
really good. Oh,
Leshrac at max movement speed already. Running around 550.
The full greed build, the number one net worth build.
yeah.
Mana and move speed with the Kayayasha and the BOTs, but very much unpunished. It's really cool. He doesn't want to lane against the Medusa, so why not just go farm the rest of the map and get your net worth elsewhere?
And he's able to move around the map so efficiently, and it's not just he's not just farming; he's getting kills as he goes.
Well, CDEC, if you pick Dusa, you don't GG out before you've lost like at least 2 lanes of racks.
Yeah.
So this is going to continue for a little bit, but RNG at this point should just be able to control all the bounties.
Does
Yeah,
either
they killed
team?
space.
Okay,
Oh,
a little
fly-
smoke movement here. Might get the Centaur out.
Stampede's stolen.
Where's the lift?
They used
He
it
did.
to open.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
Just lift back
That's
into Tombstone, but no more disables after that point.
Stampede bottom. Medusa Icon on.
Yep. Doesn't have enough mana to TP. Slow it down. Pounce. This is going to be stacks for Slark.
I was very confused. I was like, what? Oh, Stampede? Why? Then Dusa uses her ulti, already dead bottom, basically.
Well, it not only did it keep Flyby alive, but it also got to kill bottom. It's like the second double value Stampede that we've seen. Oh, jump in, stomp on the tide. They're going on the Centaur, and Rage is already being popped. Can they get the Centaur out of here? No. Okay, Flyby. That was maybe a little bit crazy.
I think that's a good decision by RNG to let that go.
Like, okay, our offlane is crazy, guys. Just,
Yeah.
just let him do that.
And once he catches air there on that stomp.
Slark did. Well, he stomped the
Slark-
tide, but like, what did it matter? It was,
And Slark has full BKB. He is incredibly strong.
I like that as the item, actually. I think that's kind of what a lot of Slarks have been missing with this like no Shadow Blade build. Is that if you don't have Shadow Blade, then all you have for invulnerability is basically your ultimate. And then from there, they're just like casting Dark Pact, but it doesn't matter. It's too much. But if he gets BKB now, he can actually delay his ulti usage by so long. He has to worry about Ursa a little bit still, because Ursa obviously can kill him through BKB. But
that's like the only time he has to press the button.
And it just it lets you build the 10-second charge, especially. It lets you build up Essence Shift stacks early on in the fight, and then use your ulti and be hitting during your ulti, doing so much damage.
with the lifesteal talent too, which is a little interesting. But considering he's got Midas and a Wraith Band and Diffusal Blade, his attack speed is fine. I think it'll be okay, and it'll help him fight against Ursa especially. Like he's just gonna counter Dusa for a long time with the mana drain. So.
Yeah. Dusa is not going to feel great in this game.
Yeah, and XM's going.
Oh, wow,
he's going Pike. This item does not feel very nice to buy on Medusa.
In the circumstances, it's great though because you can use Force Staff to break Pounce. You can also push it against the Slark to do the same thing, but get you more distance. So it's a necessary item.
But again, it's just more gold that Medusa has to get to feel like a hero. It's really she's not going to feel like a hero in this game until she finishes Scotty.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like the Dusa has that that kind of Spectre factor here, where the Dusa can still win them the game?
Sure.
Yeah, Kyle.
Strongly disagree with Nahaz. I do believe that Slark is a hard counter to Dusa, especially with this much of a lead. You can remove both the Stone Gaze and all other stuns that his allies provide.
Onto the Lesh. Can they burst him? Defensive disruption. He's got the BKB once he comes out. 1, 2, 3. Trying to hold on to the Ravage, but both BKBs get popped. They've already worked down James. XM finds himself in the middle of the fight. He's already used the Stone Gaze. And after the buyback from the Rubik, RNG are playing this super safe. They will just back themselves up, grab this bounty. Is anyone going to go for the bottom bounties? Alpha still being slowed by the zombies. Put some damage onto the Ursa, and he will go down. Demonic Purge stolen.
To discuss comeback mechanic, I think double Ravage is the key.
They blinked in front of him. All right, he's still fine.
Yeah. Double Ravage kills everyone. If you can get to the third Roche timing, get lucky, I think that could be the turning point. If there were one for CDEC. Right now, gotta say, I've checked the numbers. I've ran multiple millions of them, actually. And so far, RNG come out ahead in 96.3742% of those games.
Hey, bring up
Thanks,
that
Dr. Strange.
bring up that Dota Plus.
It's broken.
Oh, that's right.
But it might be right. Who knows?
See, I wanted to see if Dota Plus agreed with Kyle. Then they would both be wrong.
Force Staff away. Well, the Ursa gets the Enrage off, but this is just a defensive Enrage. Lift on the Centaur, but what can they really do?
Maledict, so it's not too bad. He's got BKB. He's like
James
considering going back
getting
in.
caught. Monet wants another permastack, and they are leaving him for dead.
The double edge. He showed him.
Yeah.
Well, RNG with a 15K net worth lead, heading towards 15K experience. So far, the story of this grand finals is one team taking a lead out of the laning stage and then not giving an inch. And it's cool to see XM in the previous game. He pops off. He does well in his lane. Goes and wins all the other lanes. Setsu this game has a pretty good start in his mid lane. I would say it was relatively even, and then he just rotates everywhere, and he's the one to completely take over the game while the Slark farms.
Yeah, the key is his decision that he doesn't want to sit in lane and eat snakes. He's going to go do something better with his time. I still do think, again, with the double Ravage and Medusa, she's going to get Butterfly eventually. You know, I think that Medusa is going to do enough damage to threaten the rest of RNG. Slark will still be a problem.
It's going to take such a long time.
I know, but that's the thing. They need the game to go, 45, 50 minutes, and I just don't think RNG – they're going to have – I think CDEC needs at least 2 miracle holds.
Yeah. Well, Lanham's looking to shut them out of this game. He's already got the 120 GPM talent, and he's got a execute up, so it is super realistic for him to finish this item this game.
I saw his cast come on that last fight. He was standing so far away. Just so simple for him to play at the back of the team fight, not give his streaks up, and just continue planting Maledicts. It's an 18-second cooldown, so if he can cycle his spells like twice in one fight, His team fight participation is massive.
Great positioning from Afu as well. Break kind of 2 out of 3 smoke angles. They've got good vision. This ward would also potentially... This is an unusual one. Sometimes you see this spot. People have gotten used to that. Planted a little bit closer towards the base. Not as valuable. You don't get any vision on the high ground, but...
Yeah. It's more of like if you're controlling that area and preparing to roach, that ward is excellent. And is less likely to be dewarded, which is why I was there.
Oh.
We're trying to fight here. Monet's poking a bit. Queuing up his butterfly. Love the butterfly item on Slark.
Yeah, I think he was just seeing if they were up that high ground. Like I think he was checking what position CDEC were in.
Oh, that's true, because he's got unlimited night vision, basically 1800 night vision
yeah.
on Slark, so very safe for him to go spot it, especially with the BKB.
Oh, they get the disruption onto the Dusa, losing all that health. Now going to get stomped up. Backlines, they've caught out onto 1, 2, 3. Can he get into a good position for the Ravage? The Tombstone is down. Flyby wanting to continue going. Eve popping all of his cooldowns. They will bring down Flyby. But 1, 2, 3 now getting chased. Setsu with the BKBs inside of the base, and Eve is also dead. Buyback from the Tidehunter. Can they keep this Dusa alive? Monet not going to give him the chance. Does actually get caught by the Stone Gaze, but your Medusa's already dead with no buyback, and it's the Slark about to run rampant inside of the Radiant base. Triple kill for Lanham, in fact, as 1, 2, 3. He popped back into this game, but RNG are going to send him straight back to the fountain, and the GG is called. 2 extremely one-sided games to start this series.
2 extremely lopsided drafts as well.
Yeah.
Feels like 2 games in a row. The last pick team wins. Very surprised that teams do not prioritize second pick. It just feels better nowadays.
Well, I think it feels better with the kind of opens that these 2 teams are using. They're doing a really good job of checking boxes early on in the draft. We've seen a fair number of drafts in these qualifiers already where even with 2 picks to go, you're just not going to find 2 heroes to check all those boxes. But, yeah, these 2 teams, I mean, there's a reason they're both here in the grand final.
True. That's a good point.
It's been a great series so far. Both games definitely a little different, but the laning stage stuff does matter a lot. And cool to see Witch Doctor kind of find a place. He's always been good against really tanky heroes like Tidehunter, so it's not a huge surprise, but yeah, they just ran him down. Pretty good for Slark.
I wonder if Centaur is going to go up the list now for the rest of this best of 5.
I think the hero that has to go up the list is a Shadow Demon.
Shadow Demon's so good.
I don't know why this hero is not first phased more regularly than it is.
I mean, it has been a lot this
It's true. It's
series,
true.
I think.
It's getting there. To me, my complaint was just that we didn't see it so much. Like it was pretty popular in the other regions. It felt like it took China a second to catch on. They were there, and that sometimes happens. You have your little regional meta.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Moz here, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys the best OBS streaming settings in 2019, and if you want some proof as to why I'm a good person to go to for this kind of stuff, I have the most popular 2017 and 2018 improves your image quality a ton. Anyways, for GPU, you can usually just leave this at 0. If you have 2 graphics cards in your PC, then you can pick which one you want to encode with, but I really wouldn't recommend changing it past 0 because Nvidia is already like insanely efficient with their encoders, so it's not really that useful. Anyways, go ahead and change your last setting from max B-frames to 2, then go ahead and apply, and you should be good to go. From there, go to the streaming tab right here, and just go ahead and make sure, oh wait, did I get a subscriber? Hey, I just got a subscriber. Anyway, go to your streaming settings, and make sure that your service and your stream key, and you should have your account, because it puts streamer audio goes to my headset, so that's what too much by that when you leave your channel. From there, we can definitely make this NV12, 601, and then partial. From there, when you hit a quick shout out to NV and subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you guys
catch,
nasty,
and arguably the best
5
defensive,
seconds
not support, defensive ability, the cleanse, the status resist, and massive team fight thanks to GA. So they cover each other's weakness. Also, Omni, no one gets but like 90 damage at level 15.
Yeah.
And you just drop the kinetic, and Omni just beats him with that hammer.
Speaking of
Front line.
anything over there?
Yeah, I do,
Team's turned
but
to
you're not
ban.
going to see it.
Yeah,
So.
we're saving that.
Whoa.
All right. Oh.
I'm saving this for when Kyle gets
Yeah.
uppity.
I was going to say, never mind. I was going to say my tongue is a weapon, my words are projectiles, but I thought that...
All right.
I was like, that's going to not hit, so I didn't say it.
And then you did it anyway.
Abort. Well, that's Kyle, so
I don't believe...
I wasn't gonna say it, but
I mean, that's the thing. When Kyle thinks better of something, it just means it occurs to him and might
I'm
not
just
be
saying-
a bad idea. Good
Punching
idea.
or-
Hey, guys.
He's
I
gonna do it
never
anyway.
let an
we're all the way back to
opportunity-
day 1.
Yeah.
That's
My advice, never let an opportunity to laugh at yourself pass by. Because if you laugh at yourself and you're cool with it, nobody's feelings get hurt.
That's confidence.
It's just, you're just literally creating...
Yeah, there's
turned to
All right. I'm still
Like
getting
that.
Oh my god. Really?
I don't know.
Did they ban Brood?
Usa.
They didn't...
I didn't ban Brew, but you can lay
You have money and you're fine.
Yeah.
It's the Brood isn't scary. But... Dude, Slark's a bit scary, although Omni Disruptor makes Slark very, very tough to play. Could they anti-mage? Nah, not in a troll, not in a troll.
10
What do you want?
seconds remaining.
Monet.
What's the carry?
Weaver's got mana
You could
break. I don't
sniper,
like him.
but that's weird. You can't sniper.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Not, you don't want gyro.
There really isn't
You don't
for the
jug.
sniper though. There's hardly anything. But
PL's not a hero anymore.
Sniper might be one of those heroes where it's got the right matchups, but the overall hero power level is just
I don't.
low.
Sniper gives you a really awkward core combo. What about Morph? No, Morph's banned.
What is the best final pick?
I guess
Crystal Maiden.
Sven gets destroyed by this.
Really not sure. It depends on what RNG is feeling. This is one of those scenarios where I think you just ask a carry player what he wants.
They need so much more raw damage.
Yeah.
You fall back to like
Sustained damage.
PA or something like that.
what about Luna?
Kind of weak on damage or disable.
I think Luna's solid, but I don't know. It's not. It's
too.
yeah. It just you want something that gives you a win condition if you're ahead. I think because realistically, Troll Deuce Omni, you don't want this game going late. You want something that can link up with the DP and apply map pressure 20 minutes, maybe even just a
Hug.
gyro.
Let's go. No, sniper.
I told you, it's the best hero. Like objectively, when you look at the matchups, Sniper's weak to reach. They have none on CDEC. And sure, you can steal the shrapnel, but Sniper's your Medusa counter, the Troll counter, and if you look at the draft of RNG, it's like an excellent sniper game. You have so much set up. You're not really worried about the Troll's BKB timing because you're just gonna get purged. It's a really cool pick.
And the core combo feels awkward though. You have a save. Problem with this is that who do you use it on? You have a save, but you can't save both sniper or DP and DP.
Disrupt?
Yeah.
Why would you ever have to save sniper?
Yeah, you just use it
They're never going to get
offensively.
to him.
Disrupt was offensive in the last fight. There was like disrupt into centaur stun into other things, damage-wise. But now with Omni, they can save with that.
Speaking of other things, did you watch the newest? Yeah, I'm just kidding. This is gonna be cool.
That should be
I'm
good.
gonna once again
I like that.
the odds.
I think that's sensible.
Yeah, I think that's very sensible.
Actually, wait, I think...
By the way, Monet is on the DP, Sethu on the sniper, so it is a mid sniper.
Okay.
And this is cool too, because the DP has a much better matchup against the Omni, and then vice versa, the sniper is excellent against the Deuce.
Yeah, I would take RNG at those.
I'll take CDEC.
Those odds for sure.
I don't think RNG is nearly as good a team when Mona is not on it.
So far, 2 for 2. I don't want to mess it up, but because Alan has and you know, press that bad boy.
Just waiting to get through the.
Either team.
Oh well,
We'll
yeah.
We'll do the radio blast, except there's camera feed of us.
Wow.
that sounds great.
Absolutely awful.
You want to watch two
That was like the possible.
low 30s white dudes stare at their computer screens?
Wait, how old do you think that?
I don't know, you're really like mid-20s. I just guess.
I was just a guess for most.
Averaging your age and mine.
Okay, gotcha.
You know.
Base skip is 26, and he was born May 9th, 1993, in Australia.
Wow.
No, I wasn't born this, actually.
In Cape Town, South Africa.
Not Cape Town.
Johannesburg.
Yeah.
It's only the city name. Is that
I was gonna say.
That's all I got. That's my put. Okay. Interesting dagger word. How do you see this?
No,
It's just like real deep. No one's keyword in that one.
can you pipe that from like over here?
Right. Maybe.
You're probably just far enough
Here.
that they can't see you.
They were just standing there. They put it down. It was kind of weird.
Here we go at the Centaur lane again. Let's see how well it does against the overload disruptor. It seems to answer, and so far, it's doing a lot of damage.
That actually wasn't bad.
Wow.
I thought that was gonna be like one-sided for you getting right.
Yeah, but
That was a
control will
disgusting.
a lot of damage.
Does 70 or 50 amount of damage. One pass kitty.
And they're still clicks, not
Yep.
the underestimated.
The 60.
The 60.
400 inches of wow. He's just like so.
He's 2 for 2 on headshot. It's on except. Hit him again? Alright, no.
Man, with this was like looks real weird.
He's got a little laser beam.
It's like shooting rainbows.
Everyone. TI is going to be a
Zero.
Yeah.
particle. Still have one for immortals. It's from Heroes.
Oh my. Yeah. Killer did not yet. Will. Yeah.
Wow. Google that. When the hospital said.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
James Drag Wave. I'm going to deny this one. How does he choose to play this? He's thinking outside of tower range, letting the next wave arrive. If he wants to set the wave position.
Getting.
Okay. Like when killer generation is
What is
Ozzy causes vision loss.
yeah, that.
Leaky souls good retina. No idea how you would know what that is. That's why I don't have a PhD.
It's probably just science condition.
My grandfather has it in my. It's a family history. It's a family history with my wife.
When do you start to get channel here? You think?
Sniper is just like two. Sometimes they'll go 0 to 90 and then they'll give strap. But this is not on like what I've seen before. Snipers. It seems. You think no video on the lane, but or headshot sometimes. Especially first we'll play or sniper through headshot.
In fact, a lot of snipers I've seen recently actually primarily from the far neutral lane.
Yeah.
Rarely anymore.
Problem with shrapnel is when you're pushing under or to CS.
That's true.
They're also a good player, so they're gonna. And then two, you shoot yourself way up the if away. Oh, off for James there before James was able to come snipe. Oh, Lanham's hey, he's back up.
Yeah.
Oh, there's bats on this center.
Not quite.
I'm surprised he didn't run out.
He doesn't know.
I don't know anymore. So.
Alright, that's gonna be first blow, but it does seem maybe the Lord in trouble, just damage to land. And that last auto is not gonna be enough. Four does survive.
Thanks, man.
I feel like I missed there because Lamb took his didn't think I was gonna go in, and he is right now. So maybe I thought he had a more sense and miscommunication. Big because reasons turned out they went on him, has to be on cooldown, they won't be able to stop them from consent.
I'm sure what can do this. Just on the edge for that stop. Fly by with the edge.
Blind. Oh, never mind.
You're done.
Alright. Taking some damage. 7-13. The 12 and 2. They are going up at top. Got left by his support, and Wolves 3 just bops him with the hand. He's actually farming quite quickly. It's Omni, right?
Don't even want mid. Oh, down. Okay. Oh, she's doing the.
I guess from the Rubik really trip. Afu might get to weapons in level 3, just have a little damage potential there, but I don't know. They're in battle, they get started. People wants to try, or is it out of the camp back to him? Okay, it's stuck there. But getting run. It's a double. There's a shot with. Okay, alright. Just to make sure.
The tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
That should help.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, 6 and moves. Almost 5.
Yeah, sniper is just strong.
20
times. That's headshot and
level 6 moves, level 5.
And what have we been talking about today the last couple of tournaments? Like, they go with teams, but
There's projectile fast. It's
sniper in the new gay.
no, not sure.
I will say though, there's a ski pick for like top hero. Yeah, and there are two heroes and
Yeah, that's true. Coming in the corner, we've seen RG that he's gank out down the assassinate. They even had Shadow was 1, 2 T's in, but
It's like 3 points and the punish line out.
He's away.
Like the ball is.
this is clowns, because I've seen Witch Doctor look in
Oh yeah.
years.
Closer early game.
Better help
DC
players move up
a little bit of a lead actually. But pull back to the Stirrans are much stronger contesting at that point.
Yeah. And force flame 4 level 6 is just huge. People's getting the better of it up there against for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Radiant's top tower is under
Force out of lane full.
Well,
I just it was
he broke the line.
XP for miss well.
I just wanted to bring it. It feels worse. You're like, okay, it remember, and it doesn't work. So it's like I was.
It's very earlier in the.
All it is just force players to have to the parry archer puts on is take them out for like 10 seconds, and then they just like too fast every time. And we'll prepare something really by how many times.
They want have a fight? Or Warlord does not have enough mana to use ultimate. He just has to run.
And even throw cast mana.
Kyle was right. You really do. We rub off on you, Purge.
How dare you take credit for this?
Okay, so as much as the Witch Doctor's looking good, I feel like the Disruptor is... They thought, okay, and I think you were right, Kevin, that, like, the Disruptor traded pretty well against the Witch Doctor in the first couple of levels, but now we're getting to the point where it's hardly the case. Disruptor just getting run down. Disruptor and Omni playing from behind is not going to be a whole lot of fun. Up the top, they are going for Monet, but he's got a lot of drains out and some wand charges. Can they actually kill him off here? Afu just going to disrupt the biggest damage dealer. Patrol Warlord coming out of there pretty quickly. Monet, can they keep him alive? CDC, they have to finish this, but they don't do it. He actually survives, and now 1, 2, 3 trapped in the trees. Assassinate keeping the vision on him. They're just going to keep pump faking it. Lanham just blocks him in. Does take a lot of damage in return, though. Paralyzing cast bouncing around a little bit. James comes in, finishes off Afu with the Fade Bolt. And RNG. So too happy to stand here, and that Eve actually wants to go for this. 1, 2, 3 looped back around through the trees, and actually Disruptor also coming in. All right, Setsu. There were too many heroes here from CDEC. RNG could not sustain that kind of pressure.
You cannot let a troll get on top of you, your sniper. That was really, really unfortunate.
Do you think he thought Eve TP'd out? Or, I'm sorry, the Omni TP'd out?
I don't think Omni made that big of a difference there.
The troll had the opportunity.
You think the sniper was just mispositioned?
Yeah, he hit him with the range axes. It was level 4 too. It's 40% slow for 4 seconds, and then once he gets on top and blinds, it's all over.
Sniper's not that fast either, especially when you go for Treads build.
It's got those little legs.
Wow. That's a value bet on CDEC. I am taking that.
Yeah, he's just going for a Maelstrom. Nice farming item for the sniper. Does, in theory, need to be the one to carry the game for them.
Makes sense too, because accuracy against Troll. Troll going a different build. He's going Diffusal, so that's his dive item basically.
They've got another Stampede that they want to use. Disruptor, what can he actually get off? Static Storm, Kinetic Field, but just hangs out in there defensively. Can they get a little bit more XM? They were looking for the stomp, but James gets the lift. And they disengage. They have popped the Exorcism, so probably going to try and stick around here and get some damage onto the tier 1 tower. There is a glyph available for the Radiant. Battle Trance coming back off cooldown. So land him with the Death Ward. It bounces all the way back onto the Troll. James has stolen it. Monet, is this going to be enough damage on him? He runs away. Omni Knight caught up on the high ground, but the Purification turns things around a little bit, so Death Prophet's still fighting, and that is going to be a 3-for-0. RNG taking this early game lead, and once again applying a lot of pressure with it.
Wow, game of inches, and look, this time CDEC, the team that's a little bit too slow to back off.
Wants this. Wait, and they've got the Deuce illusions.
Too much.
He's dead. Afu from the high ground.
Just a little bit careless. 3 kills now. Man.
All right, James Rubik has not looked like James Tiny or James Lena, that's for sure.
He's had some nice Rubik games earlier in the qualifiers, but the Disruptor kill there is unavoidable, but he's able to get the Static Storm off on top of himself. I kind of thought CDC was going to cede the mid tower and just back off as a team, but they kind of hang around on the edge of that fight and get severely punished.
RNG are not giving him easy Rubik games either. Like, again, we have these 2 supports where a lot of your steals just kind of suck. Sniper is... like, Shrapnel's great, sure, but you can actually just activate Take Aim now. And it feels so bad as Rubik to steal Take Aim.
Double attack range for 1 attack.
Yeah, it's amazing. Centaur, like we talked about, is okay. Oh no, the Troll Warlord. Disruptor trying to be the defensive option. They do get the glimpse backwards. Is this actually going to be enough, though? The Death Ward, Lanham knows that he only needs a little bit more damage, and Monet is also here. They've caught out the Disruptor now. Omni Knight and Disruptor look so bad when you're on the back foot, and RNG are just running at him.
CDC are just falling apart. I mean, this is the kind of Dota we have not seen from them.
If they lose this one, they got to get XM off the Medusa. This is...
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. They just keep going after a Troll, and they just maledict him, and then they throw spells, and then he has to leave, and it's a pain in the butt. And I'm like, oh, they're not going on Dusa, though. That's because Dusa doesn't really matter that much. Like, Dusa's not going to win this game.
I don't know. I think this is so far to me less about draft than it is about just mental mistakes. These are the kinds of 2 straight engagements. These are the kinds of mental mistakes that CDEC just has not been making in these qualifiers.
Yeah, they're giving away a lot of bonus kills, that's for sure. James comes down here, wants to set something up, but what can they actually do? Can they get a glimpse, perhaps? They are looking for it. They want him, but Monet is thinking about the turnaround. They glimpse back the Centaur. It's a stop. He does have a Vanguard. They are fighting near their shrine. This is a decent place, but Eve just taking so much damage, doesn't even press the battle trance. Now James getting run at. Going to be another 2 kills. RNG just here with the numbers. They knew exactly what was going to happen. They had plenty of time to get into position, and they're just taking every fight 4v5 because Medusa is just not a hero just yet.
Radiant structures have been snow fortified.
No, and she's still going Manta first.
These are not the most action-packed team fights, I gotta say. That was the one thing about the super long games. We had some of these crazy team fights. All 3 games so far, it just feels like one team is ahead, they're more disciplined, they're finding the better rotations, and they're winning.
Yeah, I guess in the first couple of games, I felt like more of the mistakes were forced, where the last 3 minutes or so, CDEC has just been a little bit looser than we've seen from them so far.
It's really, it's very stubborn from CDEC to run this draft back the way that they had. It would have, if they win this game, then it's a really big statement for the rest of the series, but 1, 2, 3. All right, there's the Purge out onto him. They do get the Static Storm Connect Field onto a couple. GA getting popped. Surviving for a little bit longer. Shadow Poison plus the Maledict. 1, 2, 3's gone, and now they're looking for more. Disruptor, assassinate for him. He does have a smoke.
Dude, what are you doing there?
Here, they're too close.
The bounty runes.
They were hungry. Did they get it? Did they even get it? No.
He also ate a Maledict and a Spirit Vessel again, as Lanham has finished that already. Very, very good item to have against Omni Knight. It did reduce the disruption duration.
Yikes, is that 5K at 15 minutes?
Yep.
Yeah, that's...
Sniper's got his Maelstrom coming.
That's grim.
It's Q and BKB. Still can die to troll, but as long as he keeps his distance, he'll be really good.
Yeah, the only item timing that it looks like CDC have coming up is this Diffusal Blade for the Troll Warlord. It's a nice fighting item, does a lot of damage.
Yeah, but by itself, it's not going to do anything. You're really counting on you're really counting on James here to make some plays with a Blink Dagger or something of that nature to get the team on top of these ranged heroes from RNG and not be forced to go on the incredibly beefy Centaur.
1, 2, 3 is buying a pipe, but it doesn't even feel like it's not a feel-good pipe game.
No,
for sure. Like, you know, there's some shrapnel and stuff. There is some magical damage that you're going to be blocking for sure, and I would say that RNG are predominantly magical damage. But
it looks like they need something to do with Maledict, if nothing else.
You know what's actually kind of happening in this game is that Witch Doctor is functioning as a better version of AA. Maledict is essentially Ice Blast.
Super cool.
Because like once you put it on Troll, he doesn't even want to put his ulti down because he knows that like he's just going to get out damaged. Like he's not going to be able to out heal it probably. So, but the difference is that he has it by the time he's level 2.
Comes back on the Shadow Demon. They are coming in to try and help him out. Perhaps no. They pop the Stampede, but it does nothing.
So in some ways, I just feel like Royals. It looks like they're just going to get 2 free wins here because they found the A substitute kind of.
I mean, I will say, Witch Doctor has had more impact in these 2 games already than I've seen AA have in just about any 2 games in these qualifiers.
Yeah. He's got solo kill potential. He can defend himself.
Why did CDEC like give up on strong lanes and rotations though? What happened between the first game and the
first pick Rubik? You traditionally were saving James's hero, and now that Spirit Breaker is banned every game, and the first pick is Rubik.
Lanham getting gone on, but his team is here to back him up. 1, 2, 3 in the front lines jump in.
Oh my god. That was the first Maledict proc.
Wow, this game's over.
That was the first proc. Did you see that?
How much damage was it?
It was like he got Maledicted, and then he got Soul Catchered, and then the first pop of Maledict he died. He went from like full to half and just dead.
Oh man.
That was.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, it's.
I'm glad you saw that too, Kevin,
530
because
damage.
I was kind of questioning
Like
what I
the
saw in
combo.
that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, Death Prophet's also very good against Omni. She's literally just damage, basically. Between Spirit Siphon and Crypt Storm and her ulti, she doesn't care about status resistance. Like, it feels like they just completely dissected CDEC's draft this game.
Yeah, I mean, other than the obviously GA is pretty good against ghosts, but yeah.
She still does lots of other magic damage, so
True.
it's not that big of a deal.
Nope. Hello. Goodbye.
A dominating performance.
Don't glimpse him. The double catcher, Guardian Angel coming in, but Flyby just jukes to the opposite direction, and
disjointed here.
RNG are out of there. James, okay, he stole Stampede.
There's
That's
the Maledict
nice.
on Troll. He's getting ultied now.
Oh.
Is he gonna have to ulti?
Death Ward in a second. He has the battle trance.
Okay.
All right, they got heals for
He's
him.
gonna live.
But I mean, he just popped his ulti to survive getting maledicted.
Hey, don't forget that assassinate.
And the assassinate, yeah.
The level 2 assassinate, Costian sniper, and massive
grand total
amount of mana.
225 mana that he's already gotten back.
He's missing 60 mana right now.
From
dude.
Arcane Boots.
That's a big deal. And he's almost got the Aethelins too. He's only 200 away now.
Yeah. He's farming with Paralyzing Cast.
Yeah. It's a good.
It's pretty
controller.
good actually. Yeah. The medium camps especially. All right.
Bounty's coming.
Yep. Well, how many times have we seen this bounty battle? There's no exorcism though, so CDEC may be feeling a little bit more confident because of that. They do have their Medusa getting some items going. XM again going for the Dragonlance this game.
This is the second game in a row they picked Medusa.
Yep.
Yes.
That's so strict. That's so odd.
No, we've been talking about that. It's XM dominates so hard on the Razor in game 1, and then you put him on this very, very passive here.
Yeah, the draft order is just like completely, well, not completely different, but they're not giving XM the like take this hero and go, and then also they're like Eve is being forced into adapting into a more like fighting build. Let's go on BKB next. Not a feel good item on Troll, but he needs it, and RNG just gonna come in here, march behind their sniper. Flyby looking for the jump. Do they see him? They do.
Are those cracks and
Backs up into the fog now. They scan the high ground. They're looking for the big wraparound, but Afu positioned, ready with the disruption just in case they need it, but it's the big wraparound. They're going to go for the backline first, but he actually breaks the smoke and scouts it. Afu's on point. Exorcism getting popped. They're going to go for Monet first. Disruptor's already dead. Sniper's in a pretty good position. Setsu, double kill so far. They just can't get on top of him. RNG kiting this fight backwards perfectly. Troll Warlord wasting his ulti on some illusions. They do get the Static Storm kinetic field after the buyback, but Dusa is just taking way too much damage. They will manage to bring down the Death Prophet. Land him tanking a little bit, but Sniper is the king of this fight. Ultra kill for him. Can we get him one more? Dude, RNG.
Afu owned that fight so hard. Like he got ran up by 2, and he soul captured both of the guys that ran in, and then Sniper just like triple shot the Rubik.
Well, he started the fight by just sniffing out the rotation by CDEC. That was what set the tone. Oh my.
They scanned him, right?
Yeah.
They scanned them on the high ground, and then they didn't see anyone coming down here, so he put 2 and 2 together and realized that they were going to wrap all the way around.
Yeah, it'll be it's cool to watch as well. This is something that I feel like people underestimate when it comes to TI quals, but it's these experienced players that you can trust, right? Yeah. Afu, Monet, these guys understand big stages and playing when it counts, and they're on point. And this is the first region where I feel like this has kind of come true. To an extent, I think the Mineski versus Genesbros series was similar.
Yeah, that's definitely an example of
that was like
versus
Mineski could have lost game 4. They wouldn't be going to TI. They could have 3-1 the other direction. And it'll be interesting to see what happens in EU, where Chaos has a ton of experience, and TI winner, TI runner-up, Final Tribe in the finals. Never really been on that sort of stage, but the VT faded.
Aaron's played at some TIs. We'll see.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm looking forward to seeing.
It should be really good, and I think that point is very well made. These players that can you can trust them to read and react in these high pressure situations.
I mean, also Lanham. I feel like I did him a disservice. Should have mentioned that.
I mean, he got owned in the first game. It was like 1-4-1 or whatever.
They were really outdrafted. To be fair.
they got pretty outdrafted that game. But I don't know.
But we called the series the battle of the 4 positions, and so far I do think that's borne out.
He's trying to get a solo kill on this Medusa. Oh, never mind. He has friends. But yeah.
Soul catcher. So much damage.
Get out!
Oh man, that's why they max.
Any hero that you're like, oh yeah, this is a tanky hero. Wait,
get out of my game.
This is not a tanky hero.
This Shatter Team hero is just gross.
Cool guy. Alright, well, now they're going to take the Roshan. They've got the Mjolnir up on the sniper. His damage is increasing and increasing. Kone is also going to be going for a BKB. They got the Stampede to just walk right into the base. CDEC, can they hold their high ground again? This is the same question with this Medusa. Map controls, fantastic for RNG. CDEC have a couple awards here and there, but again, they have these 2 heroes that just feel so bad on the back foot, the Omni Knight and the Disruptor. And now we have Aegis on Mr. Sniper. I think if he gets run at again, he just pops BKB, puts the static charge on himself, and just stands there. I don't even,
absolutely.
Or, like, I don't think he has to run away.
Even Troll's not the scariest anymore, especially if he gets hit by a Spirit Vessel. Because then even if he ulties, you know there's just a little bit of limited amount of time before he's killable again.
Yep, and they've been saving the Stampede to disengage when that happens.
James.
Oh, dire scan.
Dire scan.
This is the most fragile I've seen in Omni.
James.
They saw him.
Did you see it? Did they see him? Oh yeah, they are.
Oh, yeah.
All right, they know what's up. No way out. Oh, they do lose Afu over on the other side. That's
For bounties, yeah.
It's a Static Storm kinetic field getting deployed on him. Yeah, everybody just wants bounty runes. But CDEC, where's the? So I guess they have the BKB on the troll. I'm just trying to figure out what the bright spot is while they try and defend this high ground. Deuce is probably not going to have Scotty just yet. Almost has level 20. Sniper going to be going back for a pike. Nice to have it against control for sure. Setsu comes in here, says hello to Eve. Eve gonna pop the BKB and just TP out, but that does not feel great, using your 10-second BKB like that. And everyone always goes the Assassinate cast time, right? It just gives you more time to auto attack.
You could argue that it's okay this game because of the troll ulti, I would say.
The knockback.
Yeah. You like against gap closers, there might be some cases where it's worth it, but Hurricane Pike is easier, and you can Assassinate cast time to follow up on Maledict a lot easier too. It's definitely the better talent.
Yeah, as the game goes on too, I think you have so much in Sniper's DPS continuing to ramp up, and that Assassinate talent just helps you get that many more clicks in.
Net worth lead is still pretty close given the kill discrepancy, but hard to argue that this is not feeling like RNG's game. They've already got the Crimson Guard up on the Centaur. He's going to be going for a Heaven's Halberd again, so amazing against both the Troll Warlord and the Dusa. Troll just wants to get this tier 1 tower down over at bottom. Looks like he should be able to, but RNG already sieging the high ground. The Snake has completely oomed the Death Prophet, though. That's not great, but he's already got Exorcism running. They force that down. Are they going to look for a little bit more? They are trying for it. Need to be careful about overstaying their welcome. Flyby actually jumps in, gets the stomp on top of the Medusa. Retaliate with Stolen Guardian Angel getting popped. Can they focus down this Centaur? Eve's locked on top of him. Defensive disruption, but his blink is already on cooldown. Flyby, last couple of hits, down he goes. Exorcism running low now. RNG, are they actually going to pick this as their spot to fight? Setsu's the main source of damage. He turns around and just starts auto-attacking into X. Stone Gaze not doing anything. Death Ward also going to get popped out. Ooh, Lanham did not cover it properly. It's going to get stolen away by the Rubik. But given that they only lost their Centaur, that was not bad.
This Sniper hero, man, I'm telling you, get used to it. You're going to see a lot of this late picked at TI. It's one of those...
Beginning to suspect you are right.
It's just, it's similar to Slark in that you... In games, you have solid matchups, or more importantly, there's no, like, hero that answers you. You're almost a broken hero concept. And
well, it's a hero that exploits a lack of mobility or reach on the enemy team in the same way a hero like Storm exploits a lack of disable. Right? If you can't get through the fight to sniper, he just destroys your entire team.
Exactly.
We're seeing him here mostly because he's sick against Medusa, though, right? That and they have no catch. I don't know how much.
It's really good against Troll Omni too.
Oh yeah.
Because mixed damage versus Omni is just quite nice. And the supports are also very good.
They see him. They're going to stampede forward. Stomp. Maledict's caught him. Doesn't have the Stone Gaze. Tries to Manta. Retreat up onto the high ground. Disruptor's trying to save him, but he's already completely at this point. Looks like he should end up being okay. I believe that is the stolen death ward getting put back the other way, but it's actually not a whole lot of damage. And RNG. Oh, they now find James outside of the base. They've got the auto attacks on him. The Centaur Illusion getting in here. Assassinate. Godlike for Setsu.
They can't even approach him now. Look where he's attacking his barracks from.
Are those cracks and
He doesn't have the Aegis anymore, but Exorcism gets popped. Buyback from the Rubik. All right. XM. Back to full mana, but for how long? Troll's trying to come in from the side, but Setsu puts an end to that approach.
Right, CDEC so good at covering these angles of approach in these fights.
Yep. 1-8.
Range basher.
All right, defense disruption. Does have the BKB to try and run this one out. Troll trying to lock him down. Gets the bash. Setsu laying in with the damage, but needs to be careful about letting the Troll approach him. Death Prop still surviving with the Siphon. Now they come in with the stun. Setsu's up on the high ground. He's just auto-attacking down. Shrapnel raining everywhere, but they do have the Scotty slow onto him. Static Storm, Kinetic Field. Catching a little bit more. Centaur's going to go down. They also get the glimpse back onto Afu and take him out, but still could not get the sniper. A little bit of a turnaround, but CDEC do lose their lane of racks.
It's pretty good defense considering how far behind they are. Death Prophet's still alive due to BKB. And yeah, Sniper's still untouched, so he's gone going MKB next. Doesn't have to worry about Troll at all. No butterfly problems, just all magic damage.
A gift from the
Yeah, I think you're perfectly okay with that. If you're RNG, get the racks you came for, you give away 2 heroes that aren't your big farming cores, you get the Troll on the other side, and Eve just has no angle into these fights. And you've seen him several times just try and come in from the side, try and come in from the bottom, and they just know where he is at all times.
Yeah, he wants Blink. I think that's the best he can do to try and get in here, but even that is going to take a little bit to farm. He's only got 550 gold to his name, pretty much.
Yeah, and to your point, you know, you blink in. Sniper's at the point, though, where I think you said it a few minutes ago, he can just turn on Mjolnir and stand there.
Yeah, or they can just stampede him away.
Yep.
Like, it's not a guarantee that even if you do manage to land the blink.
That's kind of
He does so much damage. RNG just immediately smoke, draw the line across the map. They don't even have any vision in this area, but they know that CDEC are 100% going to be playing their tri-camp at this moment. Exorcism's coming back up in 10 seconds time, and they are heading over, seeing if the smoke breaks, flyby, ready to rock and roll. What's he gonna find? They see the Deuce Illusions. He's got the Invis. He jumps in. They find the Omni Knight first. There is a Static Storm Kinetic Field coming out, but Sniper just shreds the Disruptor. Omni Knight now coming forward. Eve, he's popped everything. The Sniper is okay. He's found his position in the back lines of this fight. Flyby instead will be the target. They're trying to fight with their Shrine. Deuce tanking through a little bit. Flyby is actually going to survive. One more hit to kill the Troll Warlord. He's down. Double kill for the Sniper. Death Prophet using up the Medusa. She doesn't have any mana left, and soon she's not going to have any life as the Exorcism puts her in the ground. 1, 2, 3. Also caught Alpha with the disruption ready to go, letting his team get into position. Can they actually get this kill as well? Who am I kidding? They've got the Sniper.
Have mercy.
Seriously, man. Him and Monet have played near flawlessly this game, but Setsu deserves a lot of credit.
Guys, they don't have a creep wave. The backdoor protection's not disabled.
Oh no.
But they're just waiting for top wave.
Yeah.
Do you guys see Lanham stand still there? He like canceled his ultimate accidentally, and he just stood there for another 7 seconds, and they still crushed him.
He's just giving him the stare.
Yeah. Maybe he did it on purpose, I don't know. But he stood there uncomfortably long time. All right, BKB to be safe. You can't lose Godlike, guys.
Force Sniper.
Oh,
they get the lift back.
Lanham.
They're just gonna ditch him though.
Sky Glimmer in 1, but yeah, that was some good disable. Oh, he had the Centaur Stomp.
More vision. Hello. Can they see up? There they go.
I heard the TP complete. Wow, that Centaur Stomp lasts so long on Rubik.
I mean, it doesn't matter if the TP completed, right? So long as they cast the glimpse.
I know,
Yeah.
but I heard it. Okay. Arcane supremacy.
Yeah, good ability.
It's like almost a 5-second stun or something, right? It's probably a 5-second actually.
Glimpse coming back. Rubik in some danger, getting auto attack. Guardian Angel popped to try and keep him alive. Troll Warlord wailing on the Centaur, but yeah, there's the Halberd. Setsu up on the high ground, auto attacking out. Flyby is going to get glimmered. They do pop the Stone Gaze, but Setsu's just able to stay out of range. Flyby will be the next one to fall. Eve popped his BKB. Can they get the Medusa out of here, though? Lanham's looking to keep this fight going for a little bit longer. They get the silence, slowing him down. Eve into the backline. He does have the battle trance available, but he's just locking onto the Witch Doctor. I don't think that's the kill that he wants. Setsu pops the BKB. He's willing to fight this one out. Monet also with the BKB. Eve, can they keep him alive? He's maledicted and he's dead beyond godlike. For Setsu, he finally gets lifted, though. They are actually going to finish him off. He buys back into this game. Deuce is dead with no buyback. He used it a little bit earlier, and RNG now sensed their opportunity to close this game out. Monet wants this kill on the Disruptor. His Tranquil Boots will unbreak, and he will trot away.
Oh, 1,044 gold on that Omni Knight, but it's a bitter victory as he gets to enjoy it while he's dead.
Yep, and RNG just goes straight rush.
Kyle, he got the 90 damage. Just telling.
Nice.
On the Omni Knight.
Yep.
All right.
Still losing though.
I don't know if the talent is to blame.
No.
No.
Well, perhaps it is.
I think that guy right there with the gun.
Huh?
You just got peeped.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
The blade.
gun. Yeah, the blade.
Where is my gun, by the way? My AK-47.
I think we confiscated
From day
it.
one, yeah, I think it got confiscated.
Oh my gosh.
No guns on a space station. That's the rule.
This is an American.
It's not very
space
advertiser
station.
friendly.
This is an American space station, definitely.
It's advertiser friendly in the U.S.
Okay. Yep, jump in, stomp, on the troll. Still has BKB, still has Battle Trance. The Static Stone Kinetic Field is pretty nice, but here comes the Demonic Purge. They only have 2 heroes left. Battle Trance gets popped. Flyby happy to tank it. Maledict, plus the Heaven's Halberd. There's the GG. And RNG, from 1 game down, come back, take the 2-0 so far. Can they get the full sweep? They might just be going to TI.
I'll be honest, CDEC look a bit broken, and I'm not. I'm gonna try and psychoanalyze their GG right there, but they took too long. Because the thing is, that game was over with the 3
Ha ha! I was told there would be danger.
Radiant team ban. Dire team's turn to ban. Radiant team's turn to ban. Dire team ban.
That was really messed up.
Radiant
So,
team ban.
Anyways,
So they're gonna let them have Rubik if they want it, right? Like
Sure.
there's no way that RNG are like, yeah, take your Rubik, whatever,
Could turn
dude.
away from this
I
one.
actually think you ban the Shadow Demon.
Who was what was the selection? Can you check fast? Because RNG is second pick this time. I think that's on purpose.
what is
Or,
this?
wait, no, never mind. CDC's first pick.
Dire
It's been the
The
same.
same.
It's the same every game. CDEC.
There we
first pick,
go. I had a feeling.
The deny pick.
Okay. So now Royal can take Shadow Demon.
True.
Yep.
And then
But Centaur's excellent against Shadow Demon. Is the thing?
Is it
because you stampede through the perch, so it's no longer able to function as this like easy kill mechanic.
I suppose.
Yeah. I can see it going both ways. I think the Soul Catch is good at killing Centaur.
Oh, for sure.
And the Disruption can waste your Stampede variations
I
as
guess
well, though.
what I'm saying is the Shadow Demon plus Centaur was really, really good.
It was really good,
Oh,
yeah.
the Witch Doctor plus Centaur that looked.
Dire team's turn.
It was really the trio.
Did they
of
just
them.
Witch Doctor Shadow Demon here? Is this,
Oh
is
man,
this their
you gotta be
combo?
kidding.
Witch Doctors are A. I'm pretty sure. So I think with
AA is
CD.
banned. They banned AA themselves.
No, I know, but it's.
No,
Oh,
it is
it
their
is
A,
their
and
A,
I think that's a
gotcha.
great point. I think it's a better A.
What I think CDC needs to do is they need to pick a carry that doesn't carry as much of a Maledict, and I think Morphin is the perfect hero for that. If you can
10
get it,
seconds remaining.
I mean, they can take it if they want it.
because Troll has heals, but it's
5
not like a
seconds
stupid
remaining.
amount. But if you just like morph a little bit of HP, even if it's like 600 HP, Maledict does no damage to you basically. So I think if they get a solution there somehow, or maybe like I don't know if Lifestealer is viable in any way, but something that like doesn't have to worry about Maledict as much. I
If
feel
this is Shadow Demon Lifesteal under Shadow Demon sounds tough. Okay.
Oh, they're back to their tide.
the tide.
The confidence has returned.
maybe they're worried about getting like an offlaner that
Radiant
covers their
team's turn
bases
to
good
ban.
enough.
Yeah.
There's the Morphling.
Dire
All right.
team's turn to
Good
ban.
call. And they ban the, so they got to cover this Morphling a bit now, right? They got to do some. What else do you guys like against the Morphling? Odie's banned.
Yeah. I mean, generally heroes that can force it. You want to.
They might Lina. That's okay.
Yeah. You need burst damage basically.
For sure.
You need a way. You need a way to prevent more from just running around all game on full edge. Because if he does, he just farms way too
Farms
efficiently.
so much, yeah.
And he gets free tower damage. That's the other thing.
Do Royal ban Grimstroke, or do they just try and take it themselves? What's happening with Grimstroke here? Grimstroke
Radiant team
Morphling,
ban.
very good. Grimstroke Centaur, also very good. Both teams have incentives to take it, and they still respect the James Rubik enough to ban it in the second phase.
Yep.
There's a tide, I guess. So it makes it even scarier.
Yeah, you got to protect that.
I'd be really worried about Morphling if I'm playing Witch Doctor now. It's not just that like he can survive through your Maledict, but he can also jump on you and kill you really
Dire
easy.
team ban.
If I'm CDC, I'm a bit worried about Slark as well. I think that's the last ban.
Yep, makes sense.
I gotta tell you though, that is, by the way, 19, 3, and 28 that Lanham is on his last two games. Doctor. That's
Yikes.
It's all right.
I mean, what?
He was in great condition.
10 seconds
Oh,
remaining.
right, the shirt.
So you know what? You know what I want to see?
I'm like out of.
It's all right, buddy. You know what I want to see in Phase 2 from CDC? I want to see Grimstroke Shadow Shaman.
Okay.
Dire
Yeah,
team's turn.
I'm down.
That's
Why
my
do you
support
want to
duel.
see that? Please.
I think Royal might take the Grimstroke away here.
Yeah, double cask baby.
Radiant team's turn. to
Value. Oh, Lion.
Okay.
Now, this is like a nice, especially
Okay.
position 4. This is a good theoretical counter to the Morphling.
Oh yeah, burst damage.
Instant disables and burst damage.
And lots of disables.
I really like it with Tide too, because you already have team fight now. but you want to have that low cooldown disable, and then you cover it with the Ravage behind.
Both of their supports hit pretty hard as well.
It's a Grim.
Like Lion's also got good base damage.
This is the... you don't want to morph mid, but it's a really nice game for CDEC.
I do think they want to get the Morphling away from these. Like, the dual lane from RNG is going to be really scary, whichever way it goes. I think it might be Lion tied as the dual lane. I don't think, like,
They'll put it off lane again.
Lion Tide sounds less scary than Witch Doctor.
But what if the Morphling is safe lane, doesn't he want to be against the Witch Doctor instead of the
It's
Lion?
probably fine for the first couple levels minimum, because his morph levels are
attribute shit's not very good. Yeah, okay.
And you outrange him too, as Witch Doctor versus Morphling.
True.
Lion is slower too.
Radiant team's
I think he has worse base damage. More clunky.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Called it. Do you like it this early?
I think it's getting banned last, so
Okay.
it's either now or never. It's really good with Lion. You've got decent lanes, and it's a counter to morph, like a pretty hard counter to morph as well. So I don't necessarily like it here, but I feel like the way RNG's been drafting, they're kind of limited in their options right now. So you might as well pick what you know is good and make the other team beat you, right?
Yeah.
Because so far they haven't been able to answer your draft, and you picked two of the same heroes again now.
And if you were thinking about Shadow Shaman, the Slark pick does make you think a little bit twice, because that's super annoying. Precasting Dark Pack, you walk up to shackle him, and but they'll do it anyway. That's the combo that I wanted. It's super strong support combo at Epicenter.
Dude, just honestly, just the damage from double lightning is insane.
From Dark what?
Double lightning.
Double ether.
Shock,
You know, it gives you, I mean, double ether, double morph combo, double disables in all these fights. And it does, you just need to pressure Slark in lane. Like, that's to me why I really wanted to see this combo, is because there are just so many super scary laning combinations that can be built around these two supports.
Man, both teams have picked up strong supports. They're like, these are some of the strongest laning supports, I think, in the whole game.
And if you're CDEC right now, I think you have to approach this draft as, I have to do whatever I need to do to get my lanes better.
And if this were a different team like J-Storm, I think they'd last pick Timbersaw.
Radiant.
I'm super down.
If I'm CDEC, I just want something that answers the Slark. Because once again, you have this scenario where nothing can disable him that's not removable by Pact. And I'd love to have the ability to just kill this guy. Threaten him, to have something that can go toe-to-toe.
What's up with the Pugna ban? Is that just about like the Grimstroke Pugna?
They're looking at OD.
It's banned.
Oh, it's already banned. Okay.
Yeah, it's already banned there by CDEC. I don't know. For some reason, I feel as though CDEC are just going to... They're going to like take Lina, and then if RNG have something up their sleeve, then... Is Broodmother answered yet? Is Broodmother like responded to by CDEC, or do they have to ban
Not at
it?
all.
You should probably... you have Centaur, so you can deal with it at least, but if I'm CDEC, I just go for a Leshrac here.
Yeah.
Something simple.
I was actually thinking that when you were talking about Timbersaw, is that Leshrac does some of the same things and gives you a lot better building threat, and that's something that you're lacking in. Well, you got Shadow Shaman.
They have the pick as well, so they ban into pick, and then RNG have the last pick of the whole draft, the 22 pick. So.
But I think the Lina would make me worry about TA.
Okay, they ban the Brood and they pick the Razor. They believe in this hero for XM.
All right.
I mean, it's pretty
so
good
what's left that beats Razor and Lane, or at least deals with it?
Pretty decent co-op game.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know if that's a Setsu hero.
Good boy.
What?
No, I know. That's what that was like the answer.
I don't want to play co-op in this many disables. That seems terrifying. That's like. Good for the lane. That co-op to me would feel like the puck pick that they went for in the very first game, where it's like, yeah, it's okay for the lane.
Ooh,
but then
you could Kunkka too. Not the greatest laning phase.
I feel like Kunkka gets destroyed by Razor.
I think they're just gonna like Lena or okay,
Yeah,
Queen of
they
Pain.
flop.
Choose your
Damn.
hero.
Nailed that one.
Would you expect
Set
anything
you up,
else?
dude.
Thanks, Kyle.
No problem.
How many of these picks did we predict though as a group? That was a lot.
That was a lot
It was
actually.
like 70% or something.
The question
we
is,
didn't,
can
we didn't call
predict
the
winner?
Lion, the Grimstoke Shaman, the
Kyle got the
Morphling.
Slark, you got the Morphling,
you
I
got
got
the
the
Morphling.
Grim Shaman. Yeah, okay. I'm happy.
Who's gonna win though? Because this is a tough one to read.
I think CDEC. I know the last 2 games have looked really ugly, but I think they've gone back to the drafts that they've been playing all tournament. I don't know what those last 2
And
drafts.
I'm really sad because I agree with Nahas. And yeah, I think that we're gonna get a game 5.
Yeah, I'm afraid, but I'm afraid to like panel curse, but I think I like CDC.
Yeah, my final words on this game before I let y'all cast is that RNG need to slay and find advantageous fights. Their Slark and Quap need to snowball because they don't have the ability to kill towers. If you're CDC, it's just get your cores ahead, play around your morph, do a 4-1, and abuse the Rasta to take tier 1s.
Show me the odds.
Yeah.
Show me the money.
Something
line.
tells me this Value Town.
That's pretty
You guys
valuable.
gonna bet your retirement on CDC right now?
I haven't saved any money for retirement.
My wife
Alan, you
would
definitely have.
destroy me if I did that.
Yeah.
But that's pretty value
She
town.
cut you in half with your own katana.
Yeah, and more than half. Little Nahaz chunks.
Big many swipes to get the anger.
You don't piss off my wife, man.
And then by the time you're dead, she checks the stats. She's like, oh, he was right. Oh, thanks. Whoops.
All right. Thank you, Kyle. It seems like we are thinking that CDC, they're back to form a little bit here. Can they take us all the way to a game 5? That is the question. We've got this late Queen of Pain pickup for Setsu. He is gold
He's
tier
gold
on
tier.
Quap.
Ooh.
Were you about to say Quap of Pain? Because that
Quap
actually
of
would be
Pain.
cool.
ATM machine.
Pin
Yeah.
number.
Yep. All of these are great. We don't get to see this hero very much. It's it feels like one of those win lane lose game a lot. You've got this amazing early game, and then mid game is kind of wonky, and then
Well,
25 you're good again.
Yeah,
sometimes.
you just die on this hero between 15 and 25 minutes, and it just feels like your game's over.
Yeah,
That's
true.
kind of the problem. She's such a good hero until that
30
point,
seconds to
but she
battle.
dies in one fight, and that's what you were saying at the very end of the draft. That's why playing her into this many disables feels
Yeah.
so dicey.
The other thing is that RNG, how do they take buildings? How do they take objectives? Like that.
Yeah, that was.
There's Centaur and Mass Serpent Wards on one team. The other team's got what? Slark hitting buildings?
Yeah, start getting a bunch of Ashen Ship stats.
I think a lot of what we've been seeing in these games is teams taking the laning stage advantage, but then getting a lopsided tower advantage. And even if RNG's lanes go all right, I don't see how they do that here. Oh my God! Look at Lanham. This is the most value build you'll ever see.
Yeah.
He's got 4 branches and 9 tangos.
Cool. Yeah, he's not playing Witch Doctor this game. Afu playing it as a 5.
Yeah.
Could really change how their lineup functions.
James hiding in the tree.
Why do you suppose they did that?
I think it's what Purge is saying, that the Witch Doctor isn't so scary against the Morphling.
Okay.
I think the Lion is much scarier, and I like the Lion with Farm here instead. Lion needs to get a fast blink for them to do stuff.
Yep.
He's a lot of their initiation this game. Like, they need Lion to have blink so that he can run around with Quap. Oh, all right, James takes a little bit of damage, but I mean, giving as good as he's getting. Mid lane, already the blink skilled up. So, not going to be... Zero damage static link. He blinked away and broke it instantly.
He got 3.
Did he?
Actually, yes.
Ah.
Big difference.
3 whole points. Thank you for the clarification.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Evens it up.
Oh. Alright, they skilled Gush level 1. Morphling does have his waveform already.
That's
nice stun from Lanham.
That was crazy, Jack.
That was... Alright.
He has just looked so
Value
good in
damage.
this series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man still got it. Well, we'll see what James can do here on the Shadow Shaman. He's been so on point with the rotations around the map on his position 4 heroes, except for the last 2 Rubik games. So we'll see. Oh, Morphling getting going on. Not quite dead. They want the Gush waveform away just to make sure that last little bit of damage can't finish him off. Setsu probably going to go... actually, I don't know. How many points in Dagger do you think this game?
Probably at least 2. I mean, each point gives you 100 extra damage. I mean, he's not going to get outlane deep last hit-wise because he's actually already losing 7-8 versus 2 and 5. But
that's insane.
But he can basically prevent static link from working. So maybe Dagger to win the lane otherwise. Does that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah, that's fine. Some people do get a lot of points in the...
Yeah, he's gotten a second now.
All right. Well, he blinks away, but there is a regen.
Well.
That's some value for him.
I mean, both players knew. It's just that if as soon as Razor goes for it, Quap would just blink to have the lead, probably. So it's kind of like a guaranteed thing.
Morphling getting forced to use
waveform.
A lot of mana for waveforms.
That's huge.
And is really getting pressured in this lane. That's really the only card.
They're going on the Slark. Monet does not have the pounce away, so just damage coming in from 1, 2, 3. Didn't even pop the retaliate there. They're waiting for more stacks, and Afu is kind of obliging him by giving him those hits.
Man, this beef mid laner is really trading denies.
They're really, it's a real slap fight.
That's insane.
Lots of regen getting traded out, but it is harder for XM to find an opportunity to salve, for sure. Like, needs to be careful. There could always be... Setsu's got the health lead now. XM needs to find a clean opportunity to heal up. And still has the Shadow Strike on him for a little bit longer. Setsu, he's looking for it. He's going in. XM, is he dead? Fairy Fire. The Fire.
Thanks.
Oh,
XM.
God.
Oh my
500
lord.
gold for that? Holy crap.
Man.
How did he get 500 gold for that? He's winning the lane.
Yeah. His team is slightly behind.
The kill bounty formulas, exactly.
Around
they
the
have a
0
discontinuity at 0.
Yeah.
And it's so bad.
Oh. Okay, does he take a bunch of damage? Ah, this is really smart. Bunch of damage from the neutrals, 1 hit from the tower.
So no TP can come.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There's no way for anyone to really...
The meta's evolved.
That. Yeah.
Razor's almost level 5, by the way. Quap just picked up her 4 at least, but... She does have more regen in the lane, so... Here comes some... Yeah, here's another self coming for Razor there.
And I really think that play was... It looked really good, but I think, he probably got maybe 2 unstable currents. Because when he blinked in, he probably popped 1 instantly.
Yeah.
And then it managed to go off again because he survived a little bit longer. Good job by XM just man fighting, realizing that was the only way to go out here. He couldn't try and run. Oh, Morphling some strength, getting stunned up. All right, it's gonna be okay. Oh, and they're going for the turnaround here. This is crazy, but it's gonna be a kill. All right, CDEC.
Wow.
And they kill Monet at top.
I heard Inkspell's a good. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty good. Alright, now 1, 2, 3 just gonna cut his way out of here. I wonder if they should make this more than a 1-tree juke in this spot. Because it feels really it's so easy to dive this this dire tier 1 tower. I guess the Radiant also have kind of, I think it's only 1
ability
here.
to escape.
But
I mean, if Dire gets dived, it could also escape that way too, so it'd be kind of a double-edged sword. Wouldn't even necessarily be Dire favorite if you put an extra tree.
yeah, that's true.
There's probably some other tree to get out. I mean, that was the best one by far, but yeah, you could cut a different tree to go somewhere over there. Almost Arcane Boots on Shadow Shaman. Just surprising, he's only got 1 assist, but it's almost got the money.
Just a bunch of passive gold, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even pay attention. He picked up a bunch of bounties.
Yeah.
They got 3 bounties on CDC. I didn't even talk about that, but that was what was happening while the last little skirmish and everything was going on.
That was when all the heroes were getting
dying.
killed.
Yeah.
And they do, maybe not this early, they do give James a lot of resources. We saw a game the other day, they were on the Dire side, and he's literally farming the secondary jungle as is Rubik alongside the carry. They do prioritize getting him an early item like a blink or anything.
And this is like Fada strats. Just
yeah,
get your Eye of the Storm right away and just use it to start farming some jungle. He knows he's in a matchup where he's not going to win the lane, but also Queen of Pain's not going to take his tower, so why not just maximize your farm? Oh, and flyby stead at bottom. That adapt to strike Lanham, trying to turn it around a little bit.
It's so hard to push the morph though. He's got 2 kills now.
Cool
I feel morph pain coming.
Yeah.
I mean, Witch Doctor wasn't going to be able to beat him in lane. Line hasn't done it either. That kill that they lost, they almost killed him the one time, but he waveformed away. And now it's really tough. Even Monet's having trouble. It kind of just looks like, I mean, CDEC's up by 2k, 7 minutes. Yep. Looks like it's going to be a stomp, but I mean, who knows? Maybe they can get some return kills and catch back up.
Setsu's got to go off. Like, they need to find some kind of a TP opportunity. I think the best thing that they could do is like Lion comes out of the trees. They somehow, if they can disable Morphling before he starts to morph, then Setsu TP's in and finishes him off. But they're going to have to kill this Morphling a whole bunch. The other lanes are hard to gank. Centaur's tanky. Razor's pretty tanky. I don't know what they do.
It's tough because unlike the last game, they have tools to deal with the Queen in this game where they just couldn't really threaten the sniper at all.
Wait, so Afu TP'd in. He didn't TP from base, so the bottle refill. They just wanted this kill potentially. Can they actually get it? XM a little bit low. He's actually got Tranquil Boots on his Razor.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. It's basically like offsetting Queen of Pain's early skill build.
Yeah.
With all the dagger levels, so that he can just stay out of combat a little bit and heal it back up.
Yeah, that's cool.
Regen.
I like that. And yeah, he's just jungling. Okay, so he stacked the medium camp for himself. Didn't quite get the big camp. Oh, Slark.
Actually, I think it's completely fine to go Tranks too. It's like Razor's a hero where the boots option is really flexible already. So it just kind of comes down to what's going to fit your game best. He doesn't lose that much by going Tranks, so.
Why do we not see more Lion, guys? I think this hero is really good.
I wouldn't say really good. Disables are solid. His laning is like okay. I don't think his laning is excellent. His damage is like mediocre. His movement speed is low. His armor is kind of crappy. His raw HP is kind of weak.
Yeah, I think that's
all right. There you go.
He's okay.
Laundry list.
But compared to like Shaman and stuff like
oh, the Ravage.
There's going to be an Ink Swell. James kept alive for a little bit longer. Turns around for a nuke, but Lanham just auto attacks him down. There's another battle happening over here. Afu tried to come in for a D-Ward. Looks like he got it, but he did pay with his life.
Didn't have a TP, I guess.
Where's Quap? Setsu's down here, actually.
Keep in mind they just knowingly ravaged for a support kill. Which I think was fine considering they're behind, but it kind of shows the state of affairs. I guess killing Morphling with it is extremely unlikely too, so maybe not the worst. But
yeah, it's never going to stun him before he gets attribute shift off. So. Well, not looking great for our Is Queen of Pain going to fall off? I mean, it does have 26 denies.
Well, let's check on the net worth because
that's true. Let's get off this.
A lot of regen.
Yeah, so XM's just been farming jungle the whole time.
It's fairly close, right?
They found him. So only level 4 on Lanham. XM, they need some stick charges. In comes the Stampede. Lanham looking like he might be a little bit dead. They do know that Setsu's coming over here. And
oh, this is the kill maybe that you wanted for Queen of Pain.
Well, he needs to do something, that's for sure. Is he going to get the 9 though? XM's hanging around. Oh, Shadow Strike's still here for a little bit. One more hit, and okay, not quite. And Setsu actually wanting a little bit more. Pops the stick charges.
This is not a good idea. Okay.
Gotta be careful. There's the Sonic Wave and the stun from the high ground.
Oh, nice.
What was that, Nahas?
What'd you say? Well done.
I thought it looked bad too. Like once he blinked to the left, I thought it was over. It looked to me like it was I overcommitted, it didn't work out. But the wand and the ulti, that was a huge kill.
How'd the bounties go? Eve, Flyby, James, and 1, 2, 3. And they have, they've got some deep vision. And that
one was placed while Razor was running to the right from the Mud Golem camp, because otherwise they were about to run out of vision. So it wasn't. It's fine. It's definitely gonna help a little. Sentry for Razor to replace is when it's not gonna find anything.
Doesn't even get the
opposing sentry.
Quap is ahead now, by the way, by just a little bit on Razor, so pretty much even. You could argue that with his Tranquil Boots, she's maybe a little far ahead.
They see the Grimstroke rotating up into top, and Monet wants this perma-stack. He's going to get it. First run of the game. They do deploy the Master Boards up top. This is still my concern for RNG. How do they take
towers.
The buildings? Stun onto the Centaur. There's the Maledict plus the Death Ward. Lots of damage. Not even going to use the finger. They actually want James. He's fighting with his Mass Surfboards. He does have some tangos to try and juke this one out. Actually goes around for the hex.
Oh,
what
was that?
Did he hex the creep or something?
You mean Shackle?
Shackle.
Something weird happened.
Something not quite right happened there.
Man, I thought he killed Monet. I was like, oh my god.
What a play.
Yeah. Just makes it seem like he's gonna go juke, but then he just runs straight at him.
Yeah,
it's pretty next level.
I'm hesitant to open the combat log, actually.
Yeah.
It's
let's not invite trouble.
that sometimes causes issues. So Morphling is going for it. Lincoln's this game. Makes a lot of sense against there's like the potential for a Quap Orchid and Lion with the disables. So
nice value.
They're gonna smoke gank for sure. Yeah, they've got Finger of Death online.
Also,
didn't want to use the last fight.
Also, he wants to go shotgun for sure, right? Against the Slark and with the Grimstroke on his team.
Yeah.
Like, E-Blade is just too good. There's no real reason to go the right-click build at all.
I think they saw Queen of Pain scream mid, so I think they know there's a smoke gank coming. That was actually one of those moments that's just not worth it. Yeah, and look at Morphling. She wanted to push the wave out. She screamed it, and they're like, okay, obvious.
They really want to use the Finger of Death. And they've got Arcane.
Oh, they counter smoke here.
Oh, running up the hill. Immediate finger. Does he get the stack? He does. Nice. XM still willing to fight Setsu. Blink away, trying to stay here, but all right. Actually, goes for the TP out. Suspected that James might be rotating into that fight and could not afford to get locked down.
That was like
and another sentry miss.
That was as good as it could be. Oh, mid lane. Centaur looks dead. He's got the hood.
Block the next tick.
Yeah. Okay, that'll save him.
Yeah, also.
That was some good damage, though. This is like the thing that keeps happening with Witch Doctor. It's like, that's a freaking offlane hero with a lot of farm, and that's a 5 support, and he just almost
forced
killed him
back. Yeah,
just with levels. That's all it
he had to
takes.
pop Stampede to save
That's
himself.
a good point.
Well.
Yeah, it's insane what that can do.
Later on, though, I think the Witch Doctor is just going to become food.
Potentially, yes, but that's for what that does in the game is incredible. That never happens for any other 5.
Sox got his Midas. Oh, silence, stun.
So
all right.
Quapcoin yields first, by the way.
All right.
Oh, for what purpose?
Better help Dyer's middle tower.
For the it's another way to interrupt like a shackle and save yourself from the Phantom's Embrace, I suppose.
Yep.
Both of those seem good. And I don't know what build he's going to go for after that this game. What talent do you guys like this game? 10 strength to 25 damage
on the
Quap strength.
I think if he goes, you'll maybe get the damage. But strength is definitely very good.
Can I get this hack? All right, they got him. Couldn't get the adaptive.
Did you see how greedy Sense to us? He was like, I want to Quap ulti this creep wave and the Morphling.
And the Morphling, yeah, I noticed that.
I thought he was going to miss a little bit. Can you get the double hit? Looks like it. Big kills.
He needs... I don't know if the Shadow Strike would have killed him. TP out. Oh, trying to fake him out. But, they scanned him, actually. They knew that he was there.
Okay.
All right. TP. Flyby. They are going to be able to take out the Tier 1 tower. So finally they make some inroads on the map.
And you see what they need.
He's going straight for the Shadow Shot. Here comes the Hex. Stop follow-up. He does still have the ultimate. Flyby's also here. CDC gonna have to give up on this. They did manage to grab this bouncy run over here, but still gonna end up being 2 for
I'm about to last hit a tower bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Nice. 285 gold in the bank. That is a huge amount towards his Blink Dagger. He's 3-1 of 5. Lanham has actually been just the MVP of the series so far, I think.
For sure.
Easily. Not even particularly close.
If he gets this Blink and he's able to hunt the Morphling for a while, then...
oh no, not the Observer.
Does that hurt you, Perch? Yeah. Seeing that Observer...
There's so much stuff there.
Or getting dewarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you do see, unlike in the previous games, James's Shadow Shaman is neck and neck with the line. Does complete his Aether lines.
Yeah, doing well. He's got another set of Mass Serpent ones that he would probably like to use. I thought that they would be further ahead on towers, but RNG are just completely taking over the Radiant side of the map. So Afu, oh man, he has to watch as this half HP Observer Ward sits in front of him. Oh, that's so sad.
Painful. So close, and yet
Is Morphling gonna go short? And he is. Okay.
Yeah, you do have to be worried, despite them getting that tier 1 bottom, you saw just how much they had to commit to go and get that. They needed the kill on the Morphling, and they had 4 heroes down there.
Lanham's got another finger. And Setsu's got another arcane rune.
They know the ward's up there, so they can't really run straight in.
That's true.
Good
Yeah,
try.
they have to kind of play around this little bit of vision.
This will be Blink Dagger for Lion.
Swap still not getting either talent, actually preferring to just get points up in the skills, get Blink up as fast as possible.
That makes sense, actually, because maxing out Blink is pretty important, because you want to get the cooldown down to max level. It's the big negative of getting lots of Shadow Strike levels early. But I like how he paused at 3. 3 is definitely a good, happy medium. Serpent Ward's going down mid to try to pressure that tower a bit, Tide shifting over. Slark's still AFK jungling.
Oh, again, stop. Silence. Trouble for this Tide Hunter, also being hexed up. They got an Ink Swell to follow it up. Landham looking for their counter initiation from the side. He drops the finger. He will get that kill, but now he's been shackled, and the Tide Hunter's also died on the back lines. Eve does not get either of these kills, and it's also James taking the tower last hit. And Afu actually got scanned, but he didn't plant a ward, so just gonna plant that one on the way out. They'll probably waste a sentry over here.
2 for 1 in a tower, that feels pretty good. In a game that CDEC was up 2K fairly early on, looked like they were going to take control.
Only real benefit is they got Finger of Death Charge for Lanham in the kill, so. He's queuing up Eels of his own, probably needed against Morphling, I guess.
Yeah.
Defusel's up for Slark at least, so Slark's quite farmed, definitely most farmed here on the map. Morphling's Networth not the best either, actually, right now. Oh, no wave farm.
Some mana.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
this could be it.
Cooldown. Can they actually bring him down? He pops the stick charges, but he loses mana again. He pops it a little bit too early. Yeah, he's looking dead, but oh, the Slark might also go down. He does manage to get the dance off. Queen of Pain comes in. Hex up from Lanham. They're looking for a little bit more. That's 3 dead so far. XM pops the BKB, but he only finds Afu so far. He's chasing off Setsu, but he blinks, and he's going to be okay. Lanham actually thinking about going back in. Blink back off cooldown soon. BKB is worn out. He jumps in. There's the stun. Setsu with the follow-up. So they have the damage. Stomp counter initiation from 1, 2, 3. He thought that this might happen, and he was right. Mode doesn't have the Shadow Dance. He's actually getting run down. Oh, no! One more hit. He gets up onto the high ground. He's still escaping. Triple kill for XM. They're looking for a little bit more. Blink, stomp, catches, double edge, kill, and that was just a chase too far.
Disaster
from RNG. 1, 2, 3 making the turnaround play.
That was so throwy, actually.
Yeah.
Going in for that one. Diving under tower. The Centaur's still there. The tower's full. They don't have Slark ulti.
They felt confident because they got the Morphling on the back end there, but yikes.
Which was such a big kill. If they just disengaged, I would have praised them, but like, now Morphling is sitting in the same net worth as Queen of Pain. Man, just way too hopeful on killing Razor there. He's got 2,000 HP.
They didn't have either ult.
And we're starting to get back to the same game state we were in game 1, where this Razor, it's just his map. I mean, he has the early BKB already down, probably about halfway to his next item after that.
Check it out though, Morphling is like sitting at pretty high HP unless he's close to his teammates.
Beautiful
nice
reaction.
But can they actually do anything about this Tide? He's low on mana. Also silenced up, pops everything to maybe use the Ravage, but it's not even going to be worth it. Afu is ward trapped. James wants to look for more. CDEC are always so good at these bouncy rune fights.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
They always play around these objectives. Well, with that, 2 more kills. They still really like having the Scrimstroke against the Tide, and we can see exactly why.
Do you ever watch the NFL, Perch? Are you a football fan?
I did growing up, but not anymore.
Okay, all right. I used to say that Roche fights were the special teams at Dota. That like Navi was so good for so many years because they just had sets. They had plays that they ran around the Roche pit, and it feels like the better teams now, bounty rune fights are like that. That they have plays that they run around the bounty runes.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's something that happens commonly, but will make an impact on the game. I would say bounty runes are probably a better example because it's less of a special teams are still important, but it's not like you win the game off of that one play typically. Whereas that's what happens with Roche. So, but it's a great analogy. I like it. the more appropriate analogy has been implemented in the game by IceFrog. Thank you, IceFrog.
Oh, yeah. IceFrog's got our backs.
Razor has finished his next item already. He's already got Atos. And by the way, he's 900 gold towards the item after that.
He's #1 on net worth.
Wow.
Well,
so do you like the Atos here?
So
I know he's gone
counter.
halberd in the previous game, but that
good against Quap.
Yeah.
Very good against the squishy supports too. If you Atos those guys with BKB on, they're dead, 100%.
Well, we have a Sonic Wave that Setsu would love to use at the moment. He even
standing there with a DD rune.
Yeah, but back to farming for him, unfortunately. He is going for the Orchid next, so potentially they've got enough things to jump in and pop this Lincoln Sphere on the Morphling, but I really, really worry about these Morphling counters once he gets to the level 20 talent. At that point, he's just going to spend the rest of the game as either Razor or Centaur, and I don't know if they're going to kill him.
What is Centaur going? Is Centaur going Piper? Is Centaur should build Lotus?
He has
here.
Piper.
Yeah, Piper already.
Lotus. He knows exactly what he needs to do to back up his teammates.
Disgusting in this game.
James is in the tree line. Do they see anything here? Oh, it's very close.
Afu's actually pretty farmed considering.
That's true.
Arcane's Bracer 1.
Man.
Yeah,
considering he's a 5.
He's got quite a bit more gold than the Grimstroke. All right, James sees 1. They don't know where everybody else is. They got pretty good vision around the map considering that they are playing against the Slark, but what can they actually do? They suspect that there's a play being set up at bottom. It's not completely, though. RNG are still farming the rest of the map. It's just kind of these two heroes loosely pressuring. So we'll see if their bluff gets called. CDEC also seem happy to just kind of farm for a bit. Grimstroke's TPing in now. They see the Queen of Pain at middle, and that's going to give James the opportunity to just jump in. He gets the Ward Trap onto the Witch Doctor, and he looks for a little bit more. Catching onto Flyby as well. 1-2-3 wants to catch him. 4-step, blink forward. XM now in from the sidelines, gets the static link out.
Oh, God.
Double kill.
He doesn't even look like
patient.
it died.
No, he doesn't.
No.
I love what James is doing with the ward trapping. It's been huge. Just it's the same thing with Lion. A Lion or Witch Doctor, if you run at those guys, they're having a big, really tough time.
They're never going to buy phase boots either.
Yeah.
So.
And stealing the Centaur from Royal in that sense really just makes the two heroes look kind of weak.
This to me is starting to look like it might be the hero of the best of 5 so far.
Yeah. We were talking about the Witch Doctor, but it's becoming apparent just how much the Centaur made that
How much
work.
influence the Centaur is having as well, yeah.
Yeah, between the laning combination and just enhancing the Witch Doctor's mobility in these fights, or that's usually his limitation.
This also, I think the Centaur to me is kind of the unanswered question as well, of like what is the go-to Centaur counter?
Yeah.
We've been asking the same thing about
for a while we were saying Mars,
like
right?
Morphling and Ember and stuff like that. Yeah, Mars, the ulti versus ulti interaction is pretty nice for Mars, but I don't know, Mars just kind of falls off past a certain point as well. Centaur just feels like he does more damage, his catch is more often and more reliable. Oh, alright, set up this kill for Eve, and all of a sudden Morphling is up here among the top net worth. Slark needs to get this BKB, and they gotta go. Orchid plus BKB needs to be some kind of a timing for RNG. Convince me that this Slark is the Morphling counter.
Yeah, I don't see the picture getting any prettier for them without a couple of 1 fights is the thing. The CDEC just has the run on the map right now.
Man, Centaur also has like as much farm as Morphling. Like, he is 5-1 and 3 in fairness, but
yeah, it's excellent. I mean, Slark hypothetically can get it done, but it is going to take the Orchid in addition.
I just feel like it takes the Orchid in addition, but then how long do you have after Quap finishes Orchid? Well, okay, she's got it, but how long do you have until Sundar's going to have that Lotus?
Yeah.
Which gives them that really important tool to deal with those disables.
Here comes the smoke. Shum just hit 15-2.
Blink Ravage, BKB, and Orchid. RNG, if this isn't your timing, I don't know what is. They're heading forward. What do they see? Who are they going on? James is waiting to break the smoke. He's done it. He doesn't get the immediate blink out, actually. Setsu knew what was going on, but the 4-staff back from the Centaur. Nice team play from CDEC. They get James out of harm's way. He does represent a lot of damage and control for the upcoming fight. And both teams, I would say, like both position 4s, right, they're just going to be waiting with their blinks until they see the defensive tool down from the opposing carry. Like if James sees a window where Slark is outside of Dark Pact, he's just gonna get him. Like,
It's gonna be Grimstroke.
yeah, it looks pretty good. He's hexed as well. Okay.
So tough in those moments not to use Finger of Death. I'm like,
Yeah, I want the stack. Wait, what is CDEC doing? All right, they just saw 2 heroes bottom. Do they know whether or not Quap TP? She did not TP. She can come back over here. Flyby is going to be the target. Can they actually get him down? He's trapped inside of the Master Forge. He does use the Ravage, but the Serpent Wards are going to finish him off. Landham gets the stun out. The Stampede gets popped. Monet pops the BKB. He's trying to man fight, but the Force Staff immediately breaking that, and he gets linked. Monet not going to have any cooldowns. They do get the Death Ward channel. Getting a little bit of damage onto the Morphling, but he is already fully strength morphed. Lanham's in the tree line. Little blink back, but Eve just morphs straight into the Lion. Gives him the stun.
That hero.
Yep.
I love the design, but man, it looks so broken in the hands of a skilled player.
That's like, oh, you're a hero with the stun that wants to blink. What?
Monet?
Monet, what are you doing here?
what a mistake. I can't believe he walked right into that.
Oh.
I mean, they just killed his friends. Maybe they thought they were. Maybe he thought that they ran into Roche Bitter. No, he's got a ward there though.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
that was game losing potentially. Morphling already level 18. Gonna go for the BKB next. XM showing no signs of really being counterpicked all that heavily this game. Queen of Pain. I think we are seeing why we do not see very much Queen of Pain in the meta. Just.
Farm under tower.
Oh yeah, and Brood will be able to do the same thing Axe is doing, which is once you have enough spiderlings and webs, you
get some camps.
Yeah, you go to the jungle yourself. It's likely going to be a pretty uneventful mid lane until we see the Blink Dagger or something.
Ooh, is that cookies and leather still?
You'll be looking up at the
Fog just sits down and runs.
Well, Muff nearly died
It's got the double sentry, he almost died there.
Yeah, the fire spirit for them just burning.
They're ready to deal with that tree at the bottom. Yeah.
Oh, Saberlight just wants to get those spideys.
Zero chance if he misplays. Or maybe he goes for a kill and you get some spiders.
Yeah, let him know.
Yeah, Massey's not going to make that mistake.
Maybe if he gets it too fast. Something. He did get a haste rune. He's running top right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Bane is able to get a Nightmare off.
Yeah, ganking a Bane is rough. Yeah. Because he realizes, oh, whoop, that's not going to work.
A good point, actually, because...
Yeah, Zoo. Oh, Milan. Not sure if that would be enough damage, but either way, it was a good play.
If Saberlight would have gone top, Chaos would have been able to stop that because they had a Bane anyway, right?
Yeah. That was a bit of an ambitious game. That's one of the things where you're like, okay, you're not a mid player. You're an offlane player. He's not thinking about, okay, what lane am I ganking? What are they going to do when I come with a haste rune? More used to just playing that offlane role. But at the end of the day, well, both Matu and Saberlight free farming away.
It's a little bit of a boring lane that way.
Yeah, it kind of is.
But I guess
they're not
both
playing
are
against
pretty
each
happy.
other. Yeah, they're both playing PvE.
Yeah, they're playing the exact same because you know when one leaves, it's time for the other one to come.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's actually yeah.
Back in time to get the last end of the tower.
We missed one, I think.
Yeah, there was only 3 creeps when he got there, so maybe 1 was denied.
Oh no.
But 3 out of 4 creeps plus jungle is more than 4 creeps with no jungle, so.
And he's keeping it even as well. 31 to 2. 31.
And the side lanes, Wraith King and Arc Warden, they're the ones struggling. This is why, as much as you can send the Brood mid, the Axe mid against the Brood, it doesn't feel great with their draft because your side lane cores are going to have a tough time. Arc Warden only has 11 CS, and the Wraith King has 17.
You just sit next to
So
me.
there, that's what I say, you dummy.
You want to do on the
Come
counter,
over
Fox?
here.
Oh, JJ.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, never mind. Just kidding.
Oh, squeeze in. Hello, good morning, good afternoon.
Oh!
And good night. You made it.
Oh, you guys know I thought. Wow, he was
Calculated.
way into agility. And now he's way into strength.
All right, what were our last picks? Arc Warden and Brood?
10th pick Brood, 8th pick Arc Warden, 9th pick. They just picked the Arc Warden before the ban.
Okay.
Oh, and
Muff
Muff
again.
has a tough time. Didn't mean to set the flag.
Ooh, Mars Phoenix on the same team together. That is a nice team fight on Dire.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. I mean, yeah, Giannis, would you write this off as a free win because they're gonna Matu Brood, or not necessarily? Like, how good out of 10 would you say this is a free Brood game?
It looks pretty good.
Pretty good, pretty high up there.
Yeah, pretty high up there. Disruptor can be a little annoying just to find you, but you eat the Disruptor, so.
But how about the axe? You know, he's laning. I think he can get gold. He can jump into all the spiders and crawl and then get gold.
He can definitely do work. Sure. I just know that there's this thing about Broodmother, especially now with the Aghanims. I know people have been talking about it a lot. It changes this hero as like a whole new monster when you get to late
The
game.
Aghanims is crazy. Like, you can have like the whole map web.
Yeah, you break movement speed caps. So you're moving like 800 movement speed. Really hard to
So
catch.
you just go in, hit the racks, go, and then they come to the racks and you're back at your base.
I mean, you just fly in and eat the support, fly back out. Like it's actually so insane how fast she moves.
Fortified their structure.
So he will go the Axe this game.
Yeah, but much later. He'll probably do his standard build. I don't think it's
Get a Midas speed up for now.
Yeah, maybe some Midas. I think Diffusal might probably
Radiant
looks like a
structures
good
are
game for
fortified.
Diffusal for him.
Maybe like kind of pressure this tier 1.
And a lot of times, like Axe, your Blade Mail later game, you know, versus a lot of these Agi cores, you're obviously gonna own them. Broodmother is not one of those because if you get your hunger off, you have what 140% lifesteal and stuff like that. So it's pretty insane how much it scales.
Keep people alive and gotta get this tier 1 tower down low.
What if Brood gets Aghanims and turns into Broodmother? Or Morphling gets Aghanims and turns into Broodmother?
And Brood use the webs.
I'm just saying, like, Morphling's gonna go crazy, isn't he? He's gonna have like some 800 movement speed.
Dire's middle tower has been
And the webs that he plays, are there does these count?
They should only work for their independent individual. They should.
No,
unless they're on the same team, maybe it's different.
It just gives a buff, doesn't it?
Because I like Rubik stealing them. I know that's how it works, right?
Yeah, Rubik stealing them, but that's because he's on
It's
the
not an
opposite
enemy team. I think it's
actually.
Surely, I reckon it just works because
I don't even know.
for the more if he's an ally. Well, we might get to stick. If it does work, they'll certainly use it.
Saberlight, we know he likes to gang.
And he gets that cool.
And this lane needed ganks. Arc Warden's having a terrible time here. Kezu's gonna turn, look for the kill, won't get it. Nice try. But Arc Warden had been struggling.
I think he might get misery here.
Damn, Saber tips him too.
He's Salvin. Sal's been cancelled.
Follow the skeletons, they know where he is.
Middle tower is under attack.
Should be able to catch him here.
Must be dreaming.
And going for the Morphling as well. And
Bit of a rash.
Beating on Dire's
love the
top
crit.
tower.
have to pull back as Shrine, I believe.
Bow to your lead.
Yeah.
Are those cracks
three.
in Dire's top tower?
You know, you want all those skeletons there. Scale better than the stun does in lane.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see no points in the aura early. You'll be like 203 instead. But that's more if you have a free easy lane.
Dire have fortified
This
their
lane, you want
structures.
one in the aura for the sustain.
Skelly bros love it. Yeah, Morphling getting pressured a ton though. It's looking like a pretty okay start here for the Hippos.
Yeah, that came down bottom coming. Gordon, slightly better lane, has the Midas completed even.
Vanguard on X doing. Look at this. Saberlight's, he knows what he wants to be doing. He's like, I can't really control or slow down the Brood, so I might as well make moves on the other lanes. Brood can't respond, so just constantly make those aggressive moves to help out the Arc Warden. I think just chilling down this area.
You will need to constantly go back mid a bit, unless he's willing to give up his tower, though.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
You can push out a few waves, try cut the wave as far up as possible, then you can get that little window. Your tower's not being pressured.
I mean, it's really nice that he took the mid tower, right? That's pretty significant. And they're keeping tabs of where the Brood is all the time with the wards. And I believe they even blocked a bunch of camps that look sentries too, to make sure that you can't actually just farm the triangle. Dane, mother! Smart. That's a... Yeah. It looks like it's just outside the box.
Yeah, mate, that's the camp that Saberlight's been farming the whole time. In the meantime, in the Chinese qualifiers, there will be a game 5 in the grand final to decide which one of those teams will move to TI. Yeah.
Those games are all look pretty close.
Yeah.
Waktu penggunaan paket Anda tersisa 5 menit.
Real good Dota. Good old Arc Warden. Uh-oh, hold on.
Oh, hold on, be careful.
He's gonna get the right click. Gonna pave this with his life. Moving on in.
Punish. Hit 242. Oh,
and a haste rune. Where's he gonna go next?
And eyes on Saberlight.
His whole qualifiers being fantastic.
It's been amazing.
He's so confident. Is the biggest thing. Like he doesn't really push his limits.
To be with that, right?
He doesn't just farm too. He's always ganking. Like phase boots offline act ganking mid is something totally new and different.
I'm a big fan of watching this guy. I think people who are watching, like any teams or something that are watching the qualifier, sure he's only played like 2 or 3 heroes or something like that, but he's definitely impressed. Yeah.
If you can learn 2 or 3 heroes at ultimate top level, then he's fine.
He stood out every single one of their games. That's the biggest thing for me. It's like when you have that guy that just one guy that does that every game. You know, it's consistency's there. Yeah. Got some reactions coming in. Matu has his hunger up now too, and the Griffin.
There's a lot of people here to take him down.
A lot of aggression. Is that what you're saying?
Living armor?
The overgrowth. They're gonna trap in the arena stabilize now.
Saberlight.
Totally nice. Turn and get one.
Got one with him.
Got Kazu to go down with him.
The Ancients turned against.
And with man, the shrine's being used. Supreme is
the
here
shrine's
too.
worn off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supreme is here, but
Wraiths hit the Bane instead. Battling, not bad. Tank those Wraiths.
Yep. This is still pretty good for Hippos. They're applying pressure. They're giving space to the Wraith King as well as their Arc Warden. They have good scaling.
Waktu penggunaan paket Anda tersisa 3 menit.
It's a disruptor as well, so can be a bit difficult to play.
There's a lot of farm on this Brood. Top net worth, but still a slight gold deficit. Mars and Morphing not having a good time.
Yeah. The matchup versus Arc Warden's pretty rough for Arc Warden when there's a Brood Mother in the game.
Tried to dive out, but there's a glimpse. Saberlight gets the full Milan.
That's close to it, but won't even bother trying. Smacks! He could have if he landed both of them. Because if you land 2, like the Fire Spirits on each one, right, you usually can egg.
Yeah, they might both get 2 hits off now.
Yeah.
Get that bit.
But didn't want to waste it, probably waiting for a better opportunity. No one to use it himself. Burn some of that mana. Be annoying. There you go.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Egg while getting glimpsed? Who's going egg?
It's just like your BKB.
Yeah, it's just a Gatorade.
Yeah, and you come out of the egg where the egg is.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's not one of those disruption ones where it pulls them across the map or whatever. I think Brewmaster is the weirdest one. If you if you glimpse him when he splits, it sends him across the map.
Maniac.
Pressure applied. They've got all their levels.
I would love to catch Matu, I imagine. That's probably who they're fishing for.
That's such a scary area versus Mars and Phoenix. They can catch him down on low ground though.
They got it?
Oh, they got him.
But are they going to follow? Yeah, with the static.
I don't know if they've got the damage.
Got the damage, yeah, that's the real question.
Matu's life stealing now. He's
the hunger.
And the grip coming out from the side as well.
Matu still kept fairly low.
Waktu penggunaan paket Anda tersisa 1 menit.
Oh, they got the nightmare to help protect the egg. It's just the Tempest double though.
But they get the gold, and who got? I think Brood got the gold for it too. So.
Oh, you tried to go.
I think
That's a real one.
Jumping on the high ground there is, it's like if he's on the low ground, you can do it. As soon as it's on the high ground, it becomes so risky versus Mars Phoenix. That is that's like the king of Mars Phoenix area. It's exactly where they want to fight.
But they do need the Dark Ward, otherwise they don't have the damage take from the line down.
Yeah, it was just seeing how that gank went. I feel like even if it was on the low ground, they don't get that kill.
Damage,
Tree and Disruptor don't have damage output there. Even the Act, like, if he's not getting spins and not calling the Brood with Spiderlings,
Radiant's middle tower is
getting
under
the spins to get the kill.
Yeah, with Blade Mail, that'll be different. As long as the hunger's not applied before the Blade Mail.
I think if you're hippos though, you're still pretty happy, right? Like,
For sure.
This Brood's getting away with it.